ever seen, Spencer, and I wish them well. Granted it was a scrimmage game, but they did look really good.
They did look very well. We're going to take a break, come back in just a moment. We'll bring Tony Walls in the conversation. We'll talk more about what's going on here at the stadium. It's an exciting night as the Troup High School Tigers are taking on the LaGrange High School Grangers live from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
The story you are about to hear is real. It was a big day in my life, and then she drove by.
I'm a lousy shopper. I just don't know where to go to find the best pharmacy.
Lady, are you telling me you drive all over town and shop around several places before you're done? There's no need to be running around with Mr. Good Deal. You'll save time and money with no aggravation.
Where can I find this Mr. Good Deal?
Holmes Pharmacy, the home of Mr. Good Deal in LaGrange and Hamilton.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.malloryagency.com.
Products not available in all states.
We are home to a state-of-the-art MRI suite that offers the best imaging technology. We are at the forefront of women's health, providing digital mammography and the only breast MRI in the area. We offer a full array of cancer treatment options and are the region's only accredited weight loss surgery center. We are West Georgia Health. Visit WGHealth.org and discover how we're working together to bring you advanced technology.
So healthy together.
Hello, Troup.
Range and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a new 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 2015 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today, or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com. Help support your local economy.
Football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Bowman, Greg Hicks, Tony Walls down the field as the band is about to get ready to come out and play the national anthem. We got the Tiger band out right ahead of us, the LaGrange band to the right. We are, of course, in the booth up above on the Troup High School. It's really neat. It's home and home because the Troup High School Tigers are over here on the booth side, which is the traditional home side. This season, the LaGrange High School Grangers have decided that the far side will be their home side throughout the year. So they're really getting to sit on their home side as well. So both teams getting exactly what they want.
Well, if they're getting exactly what they want, then it's going to be a tie score. So far, they're getting
at least to begin with.
Yeah, I'm just picking at you. It is funny that I was coming in and there's still fans that are confused as to which side you're on, and that you still relate to this being the home side. Then we got the press box up.
Well,
of course, Tommy,
50 years of history.
Of course, Tommy Whitworth and I were walking down the field, and he says, "Hey, we ought to." Get a booth, over there. And I said, let's raise taxes, Tommy. So
I thought you were going to say that we're going to trade, and Tommy's going to be down here with me, and you're going up there with Michael. I was like, whoa, let's not do that. I want to keep my guys where I got them.
I'm with you, buddy.
Where's is Tony? Tony, you got your ears on yet?
I think I do. You hear me?
There you are, man. Good to hear you.
We're down here on about the 5-yard line to your left. I was just enjoying some of the crowd and catching up with some old friends and faces I hadn't seen in a while. And one quick note, if you were listening to us last night, the young man that was injured from Best Academy, I was just talking to the coach. He said all his vitals were good. He's up, moving around. So that's an answered prayer and a blessing right there. You'll be glad to report that.
I appreciate that, Tony. For those of you that don't know, last night in the Callaway Best Academy ball game, Callaway, of course, coming away with a big win there. A young man late in the ball game was injured. They had to take him out on a stretcher. They tied his helmet to the board, just very much worried about him. He had motion, gave a thumbs up to the crowd as he went out. out, but good to hear that he's doing well out at West Georgia Medical. So hopefully he'll be released soon and be able to go home and tackle school again on a Monday morning. But right now, as we see, we got the bands are out there. Let's go and take another quick break. When we come back, we should have the national anthem for you live here from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi friends, Jesse Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect an army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Bowman, Greg Hicks, Tony Walls live out on the field. They're getting ready to present the Harvest Cup. That's a big old trophy, Tony. You there? You got yours? There he is.
Yeah. So tell me about the Harvest Cup?
Well, the Troup and LaGrange, to get ready for this ball game, they do a canned food drive. 3 years in a row, the Troup High School Tigers have won that canned food drive. But what they do, they collect them from both schools and then they count them. In fact, we've had some NFL players that had Elijah Wood come here. We had all kinds of folks, not Wood, Elijah Kelly, excuse me. Had a lot of the famous folks come down here to kind of celebrate this with us. But of course, it's all for the community. They take all those cans and give them to the local food banks. But we'll see who can raise the most as far as the cans. And I think we're fixing to find out who's going to win it this year.
Sort of like the Callaway Heard County Pulpwood Bowl trophy, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what we're looking at? Okay.
Well, they'll be exchanging jerseys, too. That's been a tradition for years. And
Penny Johnson and
Chip Metters.
They both were about the same size.
That's a good deal. That's a big deal.
And Chip Metters has the trophy of the Harvest Cup only because Troup won it last year. Maybe they'll announce it, but it is a canned food drive. LaGrange's benefits the Wesley Woodyard Foundation, as well as the Troup High benefits Elijah Kelly's foundation. Both schools have been competing for the tonnage of cans of food. So let's look for the announcement. What a crowd here, Tony. How's it feel down there on the field? Is it just the same thing? Is it just crazy right now?
It was, however, a competition.
That looks like Wesley Woodyard down there now.
Yeah,
right?
Wesley's down there to represent. So we got Chance over there.
With a whopping total of 21,166 cans.
Let's see who wins.
The winner is LaGrange High School.
Wow, LaGrange is going to take it this year. The Harvest Cup. Whoa, Penny almost dropped it. Dr. Johnson almost destroyed the Harvest Cup. So this year, LaGrange, they've done a great job. A lot of folks working hard on that. I know Christy Elder, one of the parents of Luke Elder, they worked real hard to go into all the elementary schools and other places to build that encouragement up for that. So exciting way to get the ball game started.
But now you got the student section. I guess they call it the blue crew, but they're the white crew tonight, Jack.
They are in white tonight. They're excited about that. They're last year or 2 years ago, we were up on the roof, and they released a big powder cloud, baby powder, that we were coughing up for the 2 hours after the ball game.
Actually, I'm still coughing, Jack.
This seems like it. And this year, they had to actually sign a little release. They're going to be releasing colors. It's a thing called a color run that a lot of times they'll do to raise money. And as you're running by, they'll throw colors at your shirt and tie-dye you up. And they're going to release that from over there tonight, so that should be a nice visual to see all those folks out there doing that. Another neat thing, of course, that the LaGrange High School band does, you can see it from here, they set their band up in the end zone. Now, the Tigers band is up here in the stands when they're playing, right in amongst the crowd, so a little bit different things that the two teams are doing. And the bands in just a moment will be down there. Give us our national anthem. Let's go take another quick break. When they come back out, we'll be ready for our national anthem live here from Callaway Stadium, here on Eagle Sports.
So, what if you're walking out of your car after work today and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? We've got an agent for that. Having your own State Farm agent means having a real person there to help you know who will be there when you need them. Matt Orr in LaGrange is that State Farm agent. He's got your back when things go wrong. So call him today at 706-882-0046. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are named among the top 5% in the nation for patient safety by Health Grades in 2015. We are ranked in the top 10% in overall hospital care by CareChecks. We are a leading heart clinic with specialists in diagnostics and intervention that get to the heart of better care. We are West Georgia Health. Visit WGHealth.org and discover how we're working together to bring you the highest quality health care.
So healthy together.
If you're looking for a cake for a birthday, wedding, or any corporate event, stop by Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange. She has them for you. Also, she has bakery items such as great sweets. Also, casseroles, ready to cook, prepared daily. Debbie would also like to wish Cupcake the best of luck in the 2015 season. Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange.
The story you're about to hear is real. I was working out of my office at Holmes Pharmacy. My name is Friday. Then she walked in.
I've got to see Mr. Gooddeal.
You came to the right place, lady.
Do you work here?
At Holmes Pharmacy? Yeah, I'm Friday.
Today's just Wednesday.
Holmes Pharmacy has a great selection of over-the-counter medications and home health care needs, and those are just the facts. Holmes Pharmacy in LaGrange and Hamilton, home of Mr. Gooddeal.
That's why I'm here.
Hi, friends. Just Lictor here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Foreman, Greg Hicks, Tony Walls down the field. The Eye of the Tiger being played by the Troup High School Tiger marching band. They're getting ready for this ball game. You've got the fans excited. Greg, looks like they're a 3-tuba band. Tony, can you scout out the LaGrange band? How many tubas they got over there?
Last week when they played, so now they're resting before they have to bring them out.
Looks like they're going 5. So according to the Greg Hicks scale, now they're already leading us a little bit there, Greg.
Well, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Johnny Harris done a great job over the last several years with the Troup High School band, and I know the fans really appreciate that, and good halftime shows. Jack, I know that you've worked with Johnny through the years, and you give him all kind of accolades, and he well deserved too. He does a good job, and a lot of people, a lot of band members coming up, working good with the middle school, coming up and growing that program.
Well, in fact, Johnny's wife, Rachel, is now working with me over at Hollis Hand part-time, so nice to have her as a part of our staff.
That's right. Hey, looking down in the stands, I see Mitch Mathis's parents. It's good to see them come into a ball game. You know, Mitch is over at Mercer now, and what a tremendous career he had for 4 years at Troup High. He started for 4 years, and you know, you can't say that about a lot of guys. Starter for 4 years, and it's good. Earlier I saw Jason Hernandez.
Jason's down on the field right now.
I hadn't seen Tristan Thompson. I kind of wanted them to show up and just in case we, gotten injured and we need to put some uniforms on.
In fact, I'll see Jason tomorrow. They're going to have a scrimmage here for LaGrange College tomorrow afternoon, so don't see Jason hopefully sometime tomorrow.
They're having a president versus provost
President
game.
versus provost, right. The president picks a team and the provost picks a team, and then they see who wins. And
it's the freshmen, right? Incoming freshmen?
Well, they'll be all part of that, but, of course, the main piece will be that it'll be a good last-minute scrimmage game for the football team.
I got you.
Right now, the junior ROTC has presented the colors, and at this time, let's turn it over to our stadium announcers so we can hear our national anthem. Pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band with our national anthem out there in the middle of the field. We're just about 10 minutes away from kickoff. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the starters for the Troup High School Tigers, talk about some of the game situations we expect to see, and get you ready for kickoff live here from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Hello, Troup Tiger fans. Jonathan Moosemat with King Chevrolet in Valley, Alabama. Glad to see you here tonight at Callaway Stadium, and we're excited about high school football just like you guys are. I know the Troup Tigers have been working hard. It's the start of the season, and the benefits will come with all this hard work that you've been putting in all summer, and it starts tonight. So know that you've got friends in Valley, Alabama at King Chevrolet. Go Troup Tigers.
King Chevrolet can be found right off I-85, exit 77 in Valley, Alabama, and on the web at kingautocorner.com. Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
Don't you buy no ugly shirt now. Mm-hmm.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt just got a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics because the creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. We're getting ready for kickoff here from Callaway Stadium. It's the Troup High School Tigers taking on LaGrange High School. Grangers will give you a little bit of the excitement and the color of what's going to be happening in the ball game. But let's talk about actually on the field, guys. I think first of all about the LaGrange High offense. That's going to be a big part of this ball game. We saw LaGrange take on Callaway last week, and one of the guys they had a hard time with was number 3, LaPerion Perry. He's the quarterback, and he was just awesome in that ball game.
I was talking to Coach Bubba Jeter earlier. And he told me, he said years ago he coached his dad, and over at Troup, and I don't know his name, but he said that
Mr. Perry,
Mr. Perry, I guess so, said that he was probably one. He certainly was one of, if not the best athlete all around that he had ever coached. So that says a lot. That a lot of times like father, like son, and so it's interesting that you got one of the better athletes that Coach Jeter's ever coached, and so now you got his son, as we saw last week when we called the Callaway game. What a jitterbug! He's not that big, but he's all over the field. So the Tigers really have their work cut out for him tonight as far as containment with the quarterback.
Tony, I had a chance to talk to Coach Deala Burke from LaGrange High, and one of the things I talked about is about the way that he's got that young man running on every play. Just about, he's got him on special teams in the offense, runs him on the defense as well as sometimes. You try to ride your athletes, but early in the season, do you really want your best athlete out there on special teams?
Talked about him being so small, you wonder if he can take the constant pounding each week. But if you think back last week, there really weren't a lot of big hits on him. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the only time the hit came when he hit the ground or when he ran out of bounds and bumped into somebody. But he does a great job, and he'll be one of the keys tonight. It'll be very important for the Tigers to keep that young man at least contained. I don't know if we can stop him, but at least
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the backfield along with him will be Ahmad Ogletree, kind of a 1-2 punch there for LaGrange High. Go ahead with that comment. Greg.
No, I was just thinking on the other side of the football, we've got our own in Ken Truitt. He's a junior this year. He actually quarterbacked down at Long Cane. Quick feet and that motion read offense. He reads well. We've only got to see him play a couple quarters so far, but he did a pretty good job against Upson Lee last week. Reads the ball well, got a really good arm on him. So we're excited about Ken Truitt. It's the first time Ken's quarterbacked in 3 years because he's been basically an H-back and working on corner on defense the last couple of years. So we're excited about seeing him, only a junior. So we've got at least 2 years with him. And, Tony, you and I were talking about Montez Crow. Montez is a sophomore. He's already 6'3", 175, and he's got a lot of growing to do. And he's coming in to be an excellent quarterback in his own right.
Also on the wide receiver side, Colbert has done a tremendous job of being able to find a way to be open. Also, his leaping ability to get up there and get a ball is awesome.
Last week we saw him take a dive out here on about the 2-yard line, just lay out and caught a one-handed catch and landed on the 1-yard line, which the next play Truitt took it in the end zone. But, Tremaine Tolbert, pretty much one of the best sets of hands in Troup County and should have schools looking at him now, and we'll be excited as the season goes along just how that pans out. Right now we have the captains coming on the field, getting ready for the coin toss.
Looking across the LaGrange side, they've got number 9, which is Mike Hardy, senior wide receiver out there. Number 50 as well. That's Guy Waginka. Number 79, he's not playing tonight, but that's Luke Elder. Of course, this is his senior year to have a chance to be on the field for the LaGrange Troup game. Very important to that young man. Then number 12, Bobby Willoughby, is the other captain.
And for the Troup side, we've got Hudson Newton, senior, center. We've got Eli Patrick, outside linebacker, a senior. And we've got senior middle linebacker, Austin Carter. All three will be serving as team captains throughout the season for your Troup High Tigers.
All right, so Tony's down there in and amongst them. We'll try to catch it and see what's going on down there and see if who's going to win this toss. Boy, the fans are really starting to pile in. The excitement is starting to build. And a whole bunch of folks from the LaGrange Police Department. Wow, that's a parking lot out there.
What happened? We're doing the chop.
Let's go down the field.
Okay? If I have a penalty tonight, I'm going to ask for a white captain or a blue captain. You come out and talk to me, and you tell me what you want to do, and we'll go with that, what you say you want to do, all right? All right. You're the business team. You're going to call the... Or it will be towed. If I drop it, I'm going to do it again. Call it. Your block is set. If you don't move it, head. You want to talk.
All right, so the Tigers have won the toss. Tony, looks like?
Yeah, and they will defer to the second half.
A smart move if I ever heard one. So the Tigers will probably more than likely have the ball in the second half to start, and the Grangers will be receiving to start the first half of play. Let's step away for another moment. When we come back, we got kickoff live here from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. Just like to hear with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2000 or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KeyofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Well, we've been waiting a long time for this, and it's finally here. Two seasons under the belt of Diallo Burks as the coach of LaGrange High School Grangers. Tanner Glisson in his first season as the coach for the Troup High School Tigers. So two young programs, two groups of folks are very excited, and Greg and Tony, it's going to be a great night of football.
Well, I know I've been looking forward to it, as all the fans do on both sides of the football. This is an annual event. It's good, great for the community, and we're glad to have after a few years getting Callaway involved. So this will be the second year in a row that all three teams will get a chance to play each other.
Yep.
And we can, crown a true county champion, if you will. I wanted to mention the Tigers donning new uniforms this year, kind of a Michigan throwback, but they've got an oversized tiger on the left side of their helmet, and the right side will be blank. So kind of a new look for the Troup Tigers this year.
Well, they actually used to have the Michigan Wolverines top
right.
Back in the 90s. That was the way they used to look.
Just solid blue jerseys with gold numbers, no outline, just boom, solid gold pants. It really looks sharp.
There goes the colors that we talked about over on the LaGrange side.
Looks like cotton candy.
It does look like cotton candy.
And here comes the Tigers. As they go through the breakthrough, and as always in this game, a lot of emotions for Tigers. You can just see the adrenaline pumping now, and that's one of the things that, as we saw last week, Tony, as Callaway and LaGrange took the field, is that adrenaline and emotions play a huge part, especially in the first few minutes of the ball game.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to control those emotions, Greg, and it's really loud down here. I apologize for hollering into the microphone. I'll try to hold it down, but yeah, both teams are excited and fired up. And Greg, you mentioned earlier how big it was for Troup County and all three schools. It's a big deal. I mean, look at the crowd tonight. I mean, Troup High's side is full, LaGrange High is filling up, and then when Callaway and LaGrange played last week, it was the same way. And you look around the field, it's a lot of folks standing, waiting to try to get a seat. So it's a big deal, and it should be a great ball game.
I'm just praying that a band member does not fall as they're all running across the field. Kind of a Ohio State moment there. Got the WTVM out there. Got some television folks record this. A big night all around, it looks like.
Actually, tonight is one of the Georgia High School games on the internet. I guess if you wanted to watch the game on the internet, you could certainly do that. But why would you? When you got us on the radio.
Plus, you go to Eagle 102.3 and you can watch it there. You can sign up. You can get the whole season there.
Play on Sports?
I think so. They got all those links are there on the Eagle 102.3 website. Click there. I think it's $49 for the year and take care of all the games all the way up until the playoffs and, of course, the state championship if one of us gets there from Troup or Callaway. But they're coming onto the field now. Again, we mentioned that the Tigers with their navy tops, gold letters and gold pants, moving left to right on your radio dial. The LaGrange High School Grangers, they're in their royal blue pants, white shirts with the royal blue letters, silver helmets. Everybody's on their feet on both sides. There's, Tony, you're right. We got the windows closed, and we can still hear the energy that's kind of shaking up here in the booth.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting down here, guys. I hope you can hear me, but it is really loud.
Yeah, you just keep talking normal, and we'll have a Cobia cut you up and down. We'll be good. Quay Epps for LaGrange High. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong one. Let's do that again. There's our kickoff. Going off the left side, bounces, and goes out of bounds. They'll bring it up to 35, and that's where LaGrange will have it, 1st and 10.
Little placement kick last week. Michael Young was able to put it into the end zone. Coach Glisson elected to keep it out of the hands, at least it instantly, of the quarterback. And we talked about Perry being a quick kid, and want to kind of keep it out of him. So LaGrange will start 1st and 10 from their 35-yard line. Good crew out here tonight. I know Richard Williams is the umpire. And unless something changes, unless something happens, we should see hopefully a little fewer penalties tonight than we did last week.
We would have to. 3 men to the top of the field for the Grangers. The quarterback will be LaPerion Perry. He'll have Kamani Barnes, number 24, his tailback just to his left. They got their call from the sideline. He'll go from the shotgun set. Actually set up to have a pistol set right now. Takes the snap, steps up, with the handball off to Barnes. Barnes fights through to the 40. And he's going to get to about the 41. That brings up 2nd down.
Good strong running by the fullback of LaGrange. He picks up about 7 strong yards just piling around. And I noticed him last week. Good strong legs. And so the Tigers have really got to hit him low and gang tackle.
Right back at it. We'll run the same play, only bounce it to the outside. Barnes finds a little bit more running room. Looks like he's going to pick up a 1st down close to the 50.
So the second play, he picks up, you're right, Jack, the 1st down, he'll pick up about 8 more yards. So in 2 plays, LaGrange has put on the board about 14 yards. So Tigers, both teams right now early on filling each other out. You got to tighten up that defensive line and the defensive interior. Right now they're running a 4-3, but do have a linebacker, Eli Patrick, pulling up on the line, so kind of leaves the midfield wide open on the 4 hash marks.
Trips to this near side. Perry gets his call from the sideline. Everybody checks their wrists, make sure they're on the right page. He'll step back in the pistol set again. He's got Barnes behind him. They're going to run a little power sweep with the quarterback. He's going to try to get to the corner. He gets to the 50. He's going to go out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So good job by the Tigers to contain that. A flag late on the play.
Well, I think it was holding LaGrange, and that's exactly what it is. We had the tailback that was pulled outside, and he was holding, or either number 9 there was stalk blocking, but it was
Mike Hardy, the wide receiver.
Yeah, so that will be more than likely a spot foul. That spot happened on about the 49-yard line, and so they'll back it up from there. That was actually the line of scrimmage, so Perry really didn't gain anything, so they'll back him up to the original line of scrimmage.
So mark it off. The ball will rest on about the 39, just short of the 40, really. And LaGrange will come back. They'll roll a man out. Number 20, Khalid Barnes, steps off the field for a moment. They'll roll on number 14, Enrique Moody. Perry checks the sideline, gets his call. Everybody checks their wrist. Got a slot to this near side, twins to the top. Takes his time. Offset pistol. Perry going to run to his right, going to toss it out there. He's going to try to get to the corner. We had him in the backfield, but we do get him, track him down. He is not able to get around the right side. That brings up 2nd down.
Good pursuit by outside linebacker Dre Flagg. Dre had him in the backfield, and I know I'm going to talk. I'm sure he's going to feel bad about that tonight when we have that conversation. But I know he's feeling bad. He knows he should have had him in the backfield, but hey, give credit to the LaGrange fullback for stiffing arming.
I salute the flag on that one.
There you go. 2nd down and 20.
2 receivers on both sides. Here comes Perry. Takes the snap, backs up to pass. Looking. He's got a safety valve to his right. He's going to let it air out way down the field. He's got a man wide open back at the 30. He catches it. They're going to take him down at the 16-yard line, but he was wide open there at the 20.
Our cornerback, Darryl Craw, actually, if I'm reading that right, Darryl has been and it may be, no, it's Macenta Stafford, outside corner. Just let him get behind him, and it's pretty obvious what was going to happen, and just Macenta couldn't catch up with him for him to actually keep him from catching the football.
Perry's got quite an arm. Not a lot of pressure on him that time either. This time he's going to roll to his right. He's going to pop back left. Fights. We hold him. Going to bring him down at the 14-yard line. So it's a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Sean Truitt from his right side defensive end position just corralled him and threw him to the ground in a
wrestling takedown.
A wrestling takedown, absolutely. So that play only picks up 2.
Don't we get 2 points for a takedown? That's actual wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah. But we'll take it, though.
2 takedown.
So it'll be 2nd down for LaGrange. Ball's resting inside the red zone, inside the 15 at the 13.5-yard line.
Tony, we'll get to you in a minute. Things are moving kind of fast. LaGrange with a no-huddle offense. Perry takes it, rolls to his right. He's going to try to get to the corner. Gets to the 15, cuts inside. Going to bring him down just short of the 10. He'll get a couple of yards there. Brings up 3rd.
stretch it out there. Austin Carter from his middle linebacker position was in hot pursuit between him and Eli Patrick. Made the tackle after a couple yards gains. It'll be third down and call it a long 5, maybe 5.5 to 6 yards. So Tigers got to keep him out of the end zone this time to see if LaGrange decides to go for the field goal. But the most important play is the next play, which is third down for LaGrange. So the Tigers have to tighten up.
Ken Truitt steps in to play this wide receiver on this near side. He'll hand the ball off to the tailback, who's going to lose some yardage back at the 16-yard line, and a flag on the play. I hope that's not a horse collar.
Well, it's not a horse collar. It might be a hold or a block in the back, and Coach Glisson is saying decline it, and that's exactly what it is. A holding, just decline. So 2 holding penalties on LaGrange on their opening drive, so that'll back the ball up to the 18-yard line. It'll be fourth down, and it looks like LaGrange is going to go for it. 4th and 14, Jack.
A little confusion by the Grangers. They're trying to get their guys in the right place. It's like they'll have trips to this near side, wide receiver to the far side, in the form of number 9, Mike Hardy, who made the big catch just a little bit ago. And a timeout's going to be called on the field. Timeout's called by the Tigers. This timeout's brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff, who reminds you to take time out to remind your kids not to text and drive. 8:14 left to go. No score in this ballgame. Troup LaGrange right here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with Matt Orr handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange today and get to a better state with State Farm. Discounts may vary state to state.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Tony, Greg and I are having an argument up here. I'm saying I don't have a problem.
We're debating.
And Greg says he would have kicked the field goal. Let's see what happens. Actually, they got 4 receivers to this near side with the tight end split wide out. Perry by himself looks, going to throw it, a duck. He's going to hit the ground. I think he got a hand on it.
Dre Flagg. My boy, Dre Flagg, he jumped up from his outside linebacker position and batted the ball down in the air. What a tremendous play by Flagg, and that'll be all turnover. Your Troup Tigers, 1st and 10 on the 18-yard line.
So the Tigers playing some good defense there. Had one big play that got called back, and let's bring Tony. And Tony had a chance to let you talk the whole first series.
Anything to what you guys are saying, you're doing a great job. You're all over it. And still a lot of enthusiasm. Good stand by the Tiger defense that time. Kept Grangers out of the end zone.
Ball hits Shealy in the hands. He's going to get down on it. Rolls into the end zone.
It'll be a 1-yard line.
Whoa. So scary.
Well,
that's true. Excuse me. It hit his hands. Sailed over his head. And now the ball back there at the 2. Tony, this is very reminiscent of the Callaway game.
Yeah, that did look familiar there. The only saving grace that time was it wasn't a safety for the Tigers, but snap was a little high. Probably one Ken would say he should.
And I think he would have liked to have gotten that one. Truitt takes the snap. Looking. He's going to pass. Going to fire it out from inside his end zone. He's got a man back there. Did he bring it down? No! Falls incomplete, but great effort back in the secondary by number 18 for the Troup High School Tigers. That's Tremaine Tolbert.
Well, you know, when Tolbert's on a go route, I could see the free safety in the corner for LaGrange converging, because it takes 2 to double team or to corral Tolbert, who is a senior, and everybody knows the kid can catch a football.
So it brings up third down. Bad snap kind of set us back. Truitt, he's in the end zone. Go back up to pass again. Airs it out again. They're running the ball. It's basically the same play. This time with better result. He catches it at the 30-yard line.
Tolbert comes down with it and looks at the corner and said, it ain't going to happen twice. Good job by the Tigers out to the 30-yard line. Good pass.
For a first down, exactly where he needed to be.
Good job by Truitt. Nice pass.
So they go back to the well and get the same play. Truitt calls his offense right back to the line of scrimmage. This time, he's going to fake it, keep the ball himself, run upfield, get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it. Man, Tony, they are hitting each other hard down there.
Chance Hill, number 17, right in front of you, Tony. It's going to get ugly, baby.
Struggling with some technology there. The mic's not picking up quite as good as we want it to. We'll try to get that taken care of in just a minute. Truitt looking to pass. A little dump pass, a little screen right in the middle of the field. Tolbert's got it. Gets across the 30, down to the 35-yard line. Brings up third down.
Nice little screen pass there. Had good blocking out front. That'll pick up 5.5, maybe 6 yards. We'll bring up third down and call it 4 for the Tigers. Ball resting on the 35. They've got to get to the 39-yard line for a first down.
Want this drive to continue, but still very pleased with the way the Tigers were able to have some poise and get out of that end zone.
I agree with you, Jack.
Truitt takes it, looks. Going to air it out down the field. He's got a man open. He gets up the ladder. Does he catch it? They're going to say no. It's an incomplete pass. Had a man back to the 50.
I want to say, if I could see that far, Jack Schweitzer, intended receiver, went up. And you know, when you're falling down on your back, Jack, that's what you're thinking, that I'm going to land flat on my back. But good job by Schweitzer.
It was Schweitzer.
By Truitt, too. And I know Schweitzer wish he had that pass back.
Tony, going to try you again, see how the mic's working now. Get you a little closer to us.
You know, it may have something to do with the operator. You know, I tell you all that all. Yeah, that was you know, even though the Tigers, they did get out of the end zone, and they should be able to flip field position right here with a good punt.
There's the snap. No rush. Kick is off. Wow, just kind of high kick. Granger's getting away for it. Takes a Granger bounce across the 50, back to the 45. Tigers have to get on it pretty quick, and they'll have it there first and 10. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station. No score, 6:15 left to go in the first quarter on Eagle Sports.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.MalloryAgency.com.
Products not available in all states.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Rangers get about 4.5 yards on the first down play. Just right up the middle. They're going to run the same thing again on that right side. Still pushing, gets across the 35. Wow, I tell you what, guys, that LaGrange High School line is looking really good right now.
Good job by number 29 for the Tigers. Albert Harrison, only a ninth grader, came in from his corner position to make that tackle, saving a first down. It'll be third down and a yard for LaGrange. Ball's resting on our 37-yard line, it looks like, Jack.
They must have marked his knee down a little sooner because the pile pushed across the 35. So here we go. Once back to the pistol set. Perry going to fake it. Little jitterbug trying to find his way. Gets down to the 30-yard line. Man, he is so fast in that backfield.
A good little read by the quarterback. He was able to take it, and of course the fullback was immediately hitting the backfield. So had he handed it off, it would have been fourth down. As he turns out, he reads well. He pulls it. He picks up about 5 yards. It'll be the first down for LaGrange. Ball's resting on the Tiger 31-yard line. So it looks like Jack and Tony, we played this 7 minutes of the first quarter, all on the Tiger side of the field, it looks like.
Just except for the first couple of plays. There's the snap. Perry going to run a bull sweep to the right side. Cuts inside of his blockers. Gets down near the 20. Going to go out of bounds about the 23-yard line.
Good pursuit by the Tigers. Looks like Dexter Shealy is in there on the play, along with Dre Flagg, and Austin Carter was able to track him out. He picks up 8 yards, maybe 9 on the first down. So a lot more yardage would give up than we would prefer to. The Tigers, again, almost in the red zone, the Granges are, so Tigers have to kind of hold them tight here.
Bow up a little bit. Hold that Tiger. Second down and 1. Perry once again that pistol set. Takes the snap, steps up, hands the ball to his tailback. Hits a wall there, but it's just enough to get across to the 20-yard line, actually down to the 19 for a first down.
It looked like Macenta Stafford actually waylaid, really put a lick on him from his corner position. He was blitzing in and hit him, stood him up. They was able to pick up 1.5 yards, and that'll be just enough for the first down inside the 20 at the 19.
So this is the LaGrange's second time down the field, second time in the red zone so far, but they did not come away with points the first time. First down and 10 for the Grangers. They hand the ball off in the line. Give about 3.5, maybe 4. Brings up second down.
If you just joined us, the first quarter is flying by, guys. It's 3 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. Opening quarter, still no score in this ball game. 0-0, but the LaGrange Grangers are moving, and there's flags on the play, so let's see what happens.
Looking to the man in the white hat, see what he's got to say.
The clock reset to 25 very quickly. I don't know if it was in it. It's coming from the back judge, so it could be a delay of game. But he would have already called it if he saw a delay of game.
It was 20 seconds still to go.
I got you. Umpire Richard Williams with the call.
Yeah, Tigers had too many men on the field that time. The LaGrange caught them in changing defenses.
I wonder if we can raise that. Can we raise the antenna, raise that up a little higher for the not the Marty part, but
Tony raised his hand up.
Not your intent, Tony. Trying to get Tony a little bit more signal up here so we can hear him a little bit better. They'll march the Grangers a little bit closer to the end zone.
May have more listeners if you turn my signal down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I need you. I need you in my ears. Makes me feel like I know what I'm doing when I hear you.
All right. So they whistle the ball in play.
Here we go. Perry going to take the shotgun snap. Hand the ball off to the Barnes. He's going to find a hole. He's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown for the Grangers. Grangers strike first.
Just kind of right off the right side, the Tigers got caught in a kind of a pinch blitz, and he missed a tackle in the backfield. You know, I told you the young man's got some strong legs, and the Tigers had him in the backfield and just kind of slipped out of his hands, and he slips off the right side. And when you have a blitzing linebackers, you basically have nobody there except your free safety, and you've got a couple of 5 yards maybe before he's there. And so by that time happens, he's in the end zone. So the Rangers score first with 3:23 left in the first quarter. They'll attempt a point after touchdown.
PAT. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 3:23 left to go in the first quarter play. Grangers strike first, 7-0 in favor of the Grangers. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
The story you are about to hear is real. I was working at 157 out of Holmes Pharmacy. Prescription buyer in trouble. My name's Friday. My job, help him.
I put out a call for Mr. Good Deal.
I understand. You'll get the most for your money at Holmes Pharmacy, and those are just the facts.
I feel a good deal better.
See Mr. Good Deal at Holmes Pharmacy in LaGrange and Hamilton. They'll be there for you when you need them. Holmes Pharmacy, the home of Mr. Good Deal.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Rangers have struck first. 7-0 your score. 3:23 left to go in the first quarter of play. Rangers will be kicking the ball off to the Tigers. They're moving from right to left on your radio dial. Back deep for the Tigers. Looks to be number 25 for the Tigers, and that is Cameron Russell. Here we go. The whistle has blown, and they're ready to go. He steps up, makes the kick. Pretty good kick. Going to take it by the Tigers. Sheely's got it at the 10, up to the 15, to the 20, all the way down to the 25-yard line. Not bad. Good return. That's what the Tigers will take it, 1st and 10.
Good job by Sheely. Very good concentration. Picks the ball up on about the 4-yard line. Was able to bring it out to the 24-yard line, so a 20-yard return. Anytime you can get outside the 20, as you and I were talking last night, Jack and Tony, that's a positive feel on the kickoff return.
Do I have the ball? Am I across the 20? That's really all I want out of a kickoff. There's the snap. We're going to hand the ball off to the tailback of the backfield. So we brought down in the backfield. Ball carrier that time was number 10, B.J. Holloway.
The offensive line, I was kind of picking at Hudson Newton this past week and let him know that that big nose tackle they both wrestle. He wrestles heavyweight for LaGrange, and of course Hudson wrestles heavyweight for Troup. And Hudson pinned him last year, and wow, that was a big one. I said, Hudson, you got your work cut out for you tonight. Now he's in for revenge. He's out for revenge.
Troup going to hand the ball off to Holloway. Holloway fights to get back to the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you what, right now I'm looking, Tony, that LaGrange seems to be coming off the ball pretty well.
You know, it's reminiscent of last week against Callaway. The offensive and defensive line for the Grangers right now is winning the battle up front.
A 4-man front for the Grangers. kind of a 4-3. They'll walk their outside linebacker up into the slot receiver. Truitt calls for the snap, takes it, looks, going to back up the pass, got a man in his face, airs it out down the middle of the field. There's Tolbert. He climbs the ladder. He brings it down. We got a flag.
It was holding.
Back at the 35.
Defensive holding. When Tolbert ran about 18 yards down the field and planted to go on a post route, the cornerback grabbed his jersey and would let him go. So just a pure strength from Tolbert allowed him to break loose and still pick up receive that catch. There's also a flag on the other side of the field. It looks like it's actually off the line of scrimmage, so we may have offsetting penalties. But let's see what happens here.
Looking at the head official. Got defensive block in the back. I guess a defensive shove. Going to go against LaGrange. Is that a spot foul? They're going to mark it off from there? Waiting to see what the officials are. They're talking to the coach.
Well, they're debating whether to take the play or the penalty. They're looking for the most yards. They're not sure. Does the penalty give them more yardage than the catch? I think is what they're looking at, guy.
I got you. Well, we appreciate all you guys listening to us on the radio, and especially my good friend Mike Fryer, who makes a trip all the way to north side of Atlanta every day. I don't know that there's anybody else in Troup County that would want to do that. And we appreciate him as he's riding home, listening to the football game, and we know there's many others out there listening to us, and we appreciate that.
So the Tigers are going to go with the play itself. They decline the penalty. So the ball now gets across the 40, down to the 43, actually 44-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will have another first down. 2:14 left to go this first quarter. 7-0 is your score in favor of the LaGrange High School Grangers, but the Tigers have a little bit of a drive there mounting. Quarterback Truitt talks to his tailback, Holloway, who's just to his right now, adjusts to his left, takes it, hand the ball to Holloway. Holloway does not like the hole he sees, goes around the right side, finds some running room across the 50, and another flag coming in from the backside.
At that time, we had Tolbert stalk blocking on number 9 for the cornerback for LaGrange. Now, there's a late flag that comes down, too, but he got caught holding during the stalk block, and that will bring the ball back.
Tony, kind of reminiscent of another ball game we've seen recently, too.
Well, again, it's important to keep the game under control, but you got to let it play a little bit. Of course, when you see that jersey stretch, that's usually a clear sign for a hold. But,
extended arm and stretching the jersey.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't know why the second flag came down, unless he's just trying to get used to where his flag is when he gets ready to call a penalty. Because it was well after the first guy.
In the flag holster. Okay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Truitt takes it. Going to hand the ball to Holloway. Holloway is going to be brought down at the 37-yard line. And you can't tell what that front line for LaGrange is picking their way and finding some spots to get in that backfield.
Well, they've got the front line is doing a little cross blitz, and you're taking or a little cross face, and you're taking the linebackers and blitzing them. And Truitt read the ball well, but it's kind of hard to read well when you've got 3 defenders in your face.
There's a snap. Truitt back to pass again. Going to throw and complete a pass short of the 45-yard line. But, guys, we got to get across the 50 to the other 45 for a first down.
That was Travis Johnson on a little out route. He picks up about 6 yards. That'll bring it back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll still be 3rd down and 10. The ball is resting on the Tigers' 43. They've got to get into LaGrange territory at their 46-yard line.
Timeout call on the field. It's going to be the Grangers calling the timeout this time. They take a timeout. We take one as well. And of course, this timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff, who reminds you to take timeout to remind your kids to say no to drugs. LaGrange leading the Tigers 7-0 right here on Eagle Sports.
In sport.
Yes, it's the right time and the right place is Holmes Pharmacy. You'll save like never before. Save money when you buy. And we accept Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance, and each buyer is treated like a franchise player. It's all at Holmes Pharmacy. Holmes Pharmacy with locations in LaGrange and Hamilton.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
I love a game like this. The community's turned out here at the Callaway Stadium. A lot of LaGrange fans. There's a ton of folks over there on that side. I tell you, the Troup side is just packed full, guys. What a great turnout the Troup fans have tonight.
Exciting times under new head coach Tanner Glisson. He's got the Tigers looking good so far, and the fans are excited about it.
Truitt going back up to pass. He's got a man coming right behind him. He escapes. Gets upfield, going to go out of bounds short of the 45. And smart play. Had a guy coming on his blind side. He was able to get upfield. Now that's going to bring up fourth down, but at least we did not get sacked back at the 30.
Yeah, he did a good job of eluding yet another defender in his face, and so he was able to, from where he was, pick up about 12 yards. Only problem is he only netted 1 yard at the 4th and 9. So let's see if Michael Young can get off a much better punt this time. LaGrange receivers only standing on the 35-yard line, so
they're not coming up at much better. Wow. Sails way over the head of number 3, LeParent Perry. Takes a Tiger bounce all the way inside the 10 to the 4, actually to the 5-yard line, and that's where the Grangers will have it, 1st and 10.
I know. Hey, ball touchdown by number 35, Scott Hicks.
What
a nice hustle down there. I'll have to give him kudos for that.
That skill of going with the right hand. You know, some people go with the left, but he went with the right.
He did a good job. I'm proud of him.
Rumbling, stumbling, bumbling down the field.
I hear you. And I want to put out a shout out to my sister down in Valley, Alabama. So we're getting out far and wide, guys, and they're getting ready for a yard sale in the morning on Southwest 35th Street. So go down there and help them raise some money.
Now, will that be Alabama time or Georgia time?
Well, they're actually on Eastern time.
Okay.
Only when you get down to Casita do you get slow. You have to actually slow down because, you know, they call it slow time. You have to slow down. The speed limit's like 55 on the freeway.
There's no way that Greg Hicks is going to slow down for anything, folks. I'm just telling you right now. Tony, would you agree with that?
I have no.
So the Grangers sweep to the right, and they're going to get some yardage up across the 10 down to the 15-yard line. And guys, man, they got good blocking ahead, but he is so elusive as a tailback.
Looks like we had Ethan Short, you know, had his hands on him as he made his plant and cut from a yard deep in the end zone. Yet he turns around and he picks up 10 or 12 yards. And it's kind of what we talked about last week against Callaway. He will nickel and dime you to death before you know it. They're down 40 or 50 yards downfield. So really an elusive, small quarterback. And Tigers have their work cut out for him tonight.
Ogletree will be the tailback behind the quarterback, Perry. And he'll step up to his right. They got a wing to the right side as well. Takes the snap. He's going to call his own number and get brought down in the backfield. Great job this time by Sean Truitt, who is right there in his face.
He came off the corner, just really beat his man off the corner and wound up. The quarterback just ran into him, and all of a sudden we had about 8 Tigers in there gang tackling, and that's what you like to see. That ball it'll lose some yards. It'll actually lose about 6, maybe 7 yards. It'll be second down and call it 17.
From the 12. And that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. 7-0 your score. LaGrange leading right now over the Troup High School Tigers. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got the second quarter of play live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
Hello, Troup Tigers.
Creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics. It can be found right off I-85, exit 77 in Valley, Alabama, and on the web at kingautocorner.com.
For only $5.95, and that includes your drink and dessert. Tuesday night from 5 to close is all-you-can-eat ribs. Thursdays, Rogers has all-you-can-eat catfish, which along with their stew is famous throughout the region, and they proudly serve only U.S. farm-raised catfish. Dine in or use their convenient drive-thru. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 117 New Franklin Road in LaGrange. Come join the crowd at Rogers Barbecue.
His advice is free, and his work is invaluable. When you're ready, or just getting ready to buy your home, talk to RE/MAX Result Agent Hilton Swanson today.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Second quarter of play now for the Troup High School Tigers and LaGrange High School Grangers at Callaway Stadium on a beautiful Friday night. Great night for football. 7-0 is your score. LaGrange leading this one right now. LaGrange looking at 2nd and 15 after a sack of the quarterback, Perry.
We can need some penetration by the Tigers. The ball is on the 12. Last couple of plays, we got some penetration. Need to continue that force on the defense.
Perry will hand the ball to his tailback, who is kind of rocked there. Gets it up to the 15, and that's about it. So much better job that time of collapsing the line.
He'll pick up about 2.5 yards, and the Tigers kind of tightening up that middle. Man, they just, you know, when you got to keep your eye on the big, thick fullback, and then you got to keep your eye on the quarterback, and then, you know, you got to keep your eye on that wide out. And I forget which one of them caught it last time, but, you know, LaGrange has got some weapons as well. So
Mike Hardy, number 9, was the big receiver earlier.
Okay, so you gotta keep your eyes open all times.
Perry takes it, rolls to his left, looking downfield, going to throw. He's got a man open out there. That was close. It falls incomplete.
Hey, that was a great effort by, looks like number 10.
Yep, that's Will Pauly.
Hey, good job by Pauly. Hey, give kudos to him. He lays it out. I like to see a kid give that extra effort. I don't care what team you play on. Show me what you got, and you got to admire that. So that'll bring up 4th down and 12. The ball is resting on the 16-yard line. Dexter Shealy will be setting back to return the punt. So the Tigers look to be, if all goes well, and they can field this good punt from C.J. Harmon, they will stand to reason to be in good field position.
We're in the second quarter of play. Rangers have the clock ticking down. 3-2-1. They're fixing to delay a game right here. If they don't, that's the delay of game. Throw the flag.
Finally. I think the coach is over here telling him he finally threw the flag over here. And
delay of game is finally called against LaGrange. But Coach Glisson ran down to the line judge and said, "Hey, both clocks have timed out. We got to look at that kind of thing."
Say, aren't you the guy that threw that flag a while ago? Way late anyway. Come on now. You thought you knew where that flag was.
We got red letters and everything. You ought to be able to read that.
So the punter, Harmon, will
be in his end zone.
In the end zone, or at least on the goal line. Shealy will move up to about the 41-yard line. So
maintain possession. That's the most important thing. Get possession of this ball. There's a snap. Good punt. Going to bounce down at the 40, up to the 45, go out of bounds at the 44-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will have it on the Granger side of the field for the first time as they get across the 50 tonight.
Hey, we'll take anything we can get on that one. So good punt return, or at least good punt return coverage down. They kind of peeled off, and when they saw the ball hit on the ground, they kind of backed away, which is what you got to do, because that's the thing about a football. Unlike a basketball, you don't know where it's going to bounce, and you got to kind of stay away from it. So as it looks like the Tigers will start this possession from the Granger's 45-yard line.
And that's where they mark it, from the 45. The quarterback, Troup, will take the shotgun snap, hand the ball off in the line. A little bit of a stutter there. Line's fighting to get a couple of extra yards, and looks like he's going to get about 2, maybe 3 extra yards up the field.
You know, B.J. Holloway is coming in this game from his wideout position, and they inserted him at tailback, and he's not bigger than a minute. Actually, that was Cameron Russell on the play. Cameron, along with the offensive line, picks up 4 yards, so 2nd and 6.
Cameron played some running back last year for us. Whoa, wasn't looking, and the ball goes. Cameron, very smart, gets down on it. The ball was snapped, and Ken was not looking at all for it. He was looking at his line, and pow, hit him right in the face mask.
Yeah, we got to have a little miscommunication between Hudson Newton, the senior center, and the junior quarterback, Ken Truitt.
Tony, you chalk that up to the excitement, the energy of the atmosphere, or something like that?
You know, I think you mentioned this Ken's first game. First time with the lights on, and
you got
to get that experience.
They line up in the neutral zone. LaGrange.
I don't know. It's going to be.
I think Troup high jump, number 55, big left guard.
Well,
no, he didn't. They got the Grange.
I'm right on the 50, and LaGrange was showing blitz. They ran up and stepped right on beside the football.
Well, but again, you want that offensive line discipline. You know the snap. The defenders do not. Let them come across. Maintain your discipline. That's the mark of a good offensive line. So, that was the first flinch, I'm sure.
Actually, we get back what we lost on the fumble just a minute ago. So now Troup will take it. Again, they're showing blitz once again. Longer snap count. They stand up, look. Now they're going to change the play.
Good job by the coaches.
Troup's going to back up to pass. Looking. Rolls to his right. Got some pressure. Looking downfield. He's going to have to go out of bounds. And runs into the Granger sideline short of the 40.
He'll pick up about, they'll show him going out of the, actually they're going to mark it out at the 44-yard line. He'll only pick up a yard. He had to run a mile just to get that yard. And it looks like it'll be 4th down. So the punting team for the Tigers will come on. Kind of just not a good series that time. We lost kind of a mishap on the bad snap, and we came up the middle for about 4 yards, and then we had to run a country mile just to get out to the sideline.
It looked like to me, Greg, that they were going to try to run that little screen in the middle again, and it just did not present itself. We had to roll back to the right side trying to look for something downfield.
So Michael Young will stand on his own 43-yard line.
No rush.
Nice high punt.
Exactly what you want in a situation like this. It takes a Tiger bounce all the way down to the 10 and right on the 10. And that's where the Rangers will have it 1st and 10 after this 30-second break.
Good job,
Eagle
Scott
Sports.
Hicks, by the way. Another Scott Hicks on that. I like that. He's covering good.
That's good. Well, he's holding me from getting a break, so I got to get a break. 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
Don't you buy no.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt just got a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics because the creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. Perry is going to be the ball carrier rolling to his left. Tony, did he pick up any yardage there or just had to roll to the sideline?
Well, he picked up a quick 5 right there. They're going to mark the ball out around the 25. So, he just sort of glides and slides and picks up 4 yards, it looks like. Going to mark him out at 24, but 14, I'm sorry. But, he just he looks like he's not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden he's 4 or 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, our angle is kind of hard to see sometimes, Greg.
That looked like student body to the left that time. He had everybody on the offensive line pulling that time.
Hardy, the wide receiver for LaGrange, going to split out to this near side. You're going to hand the ball off in the line, and wow, nothing there.
Good job by looks like number 40 for the Tigers, and I don't have my specs on. We're still learning all these kids' numbers. That's Terrian Davidson was able to tackle him for just a yard gain, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. Important play here for the Tigers.
9-10 left to go. 7-0 is your score in favor of the Grangers. Left to go in the first half. Let me make sure I clarify that. Rangers looking at a 3rd and 5. There's a snap. Perry rolls to this near side. Try to get the corner. He does to the 20. He's going to pick up some yardage He's going to go out at the 27. We do have a flag on the play, though.
I was actually watching the quarterback that time and the pursuit, but it looks like it's going to go against LaGrange, at least according to Coach Holt. Let's see what the Richard Williams and his crew decides to call it here.
It will be a hold against LaGrange. And, Tony, seems like every time that Perry's popping out in the open, these guys are having to grab somebody and pull them back.
Well, yeah, I guess. That's what the official sees. Again, guys, I'm all about letting them play. And sometimes, I know it goes both ways. So, you can't get those hands out away from your body because if you extend them, the officials will find it.
So they back them up inside the 20 to the 19.
So instead of 3rd and short, now it's 3rd.
Actually, it is 3rd and short now.
Yeah, that's from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, that would have been a first down. So,
yep.
3rd and 1. So Granger's going to try to get a first down here with 8:50 left to go in the first half. 7-0 in score. Tigers trailing right now. Perry will take the shotgun snap. Fake it. To keep the ball. We hit him in the backfield. He's going to lose yardage, so they're going to have to punt the ball away on 4th down.
Good job by Austin Carter and Dre Flagg. Dre from his outside position did a super job at turning Perry back up the field, and Austin from his inside backer position was able to corral him for a 3-yard loss. That'll make it 4th down and 4. Too long for the LaGrange to go for it, so Harmon will come back in and punt the ball away, and Shealy will stand on his about 46, maybe 47-yard line. So, again, Tigers stand to have excellent field position.
And we'll have to burn a timeout here, it looks like, because we had too many men on the field again.
Well, they're going to work on that. I can see a lot of push-ups happening today.
Yeah. Well, this timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff, who reminds you to take time out to remind your kids not to text and drive. 7-0 is your score. Granger's leading with the Tigers. We're going to get the ball back in just a moment right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friend. From the most advanced technologies to a strong vision for the future, we're connecting together.
So healthy together.
For one very good reason, your health. West Georgia Health. So healthy together.
Train warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at keyoflagrange.com and help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
You guys were talking in break that it was so important to call that timeout because it looks like we had too many men on the field. And if that had been a penalty, it had been a first down for the Grangers. So now instead they'll have to punt the ball away. There's the snap. Steps up. We almost get a hand on it. Bounces at the 45, kind of stays up in the air right there. We got to get away from it. What are we doing?
I think coaches, we got a couple of
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Got a couple of young players out there. I think Adams thought that it might have bumped off of him. He made an aggressive move toward it, but that's fine. Luckily for the Tigers, we still maintain possession.
Just kind of explain what happened. One of our guys got a little too close to the ball and was kind of going after it as if he was going to cover like a defensive player.
So let's see if we can get a little bit better shot this time, guys. We started on the LaGrange 45 last time and got nowhere. Now we're back on the 45 again. So let's see if we can improve this offensive series.
Almost exact place. You're right. Cameron Russell will be back as the tailback. And he's going to be the quarterback. Truitt, who's going to call his own number, gets across the 45. And that's a really nice play call, guys.
He just very quick little quarterback draw, picks up 4 yards. We'll take 4 every time. That moves the ball down to the 42-yard line, 41-yard line, actually. So that'll be second and about 6.
Truitt going to air it out, swings the ball out. We're going to get all the way to the 40. And that's big number 17 for the Tigers.
It looks like we've got
Chase Hill.
We may have illegal shift on the play.
Yeah,
we've got a flag on the far side of the field.
They're pointing to the Tigers for that one.
Let's see if he comes off on his from his chest. Yep, illegal shift for the Tigers. So I think we're kind of jinxed if we start on the 45, Jack.
not the place to start. Do you think, Tony?
Tony's
mesmerized.
He's mesmerized.
I'm just waiting for the next penalty flag, guy.
You ought to be ashamed. So it's second down for the Tigers. Second and 12 as the ball is resting on the Granger 47-yard line.
Got twins to both sides for the Tigers. Truitt will call for the shotgun snap. Takes it, backs up the pass, looking, got some time. Throws it out there, and it's going to be incomplete, going to go out of bounds over there.
Smart move. Move. You know, Ken, junior quarterback. This is the first time he's quarterback in about 3 years, and he saw that everybody was covered. And rather than risk running or taking a sack, he throws it out of bounds. So the drawback is it's now third and about 12. So the Tigers, again, stuck in that little 45-yard zone right there.
There's the snap. Quick snap. Russell going to get the call. Going to try to get around the right side. Gets across the 45 to the 44. Run out of bounds there. It's only about a yard gain.
So that'll bring up fourth down, and yet again the Tigers will punt. So, you know, kind of struggling to get their running game going. Mess Bonner not playing tonight. Certainly not playing in the first half. We don't know if he'll play in the second half. You know, Coach Glisson is a strong believer and promotes following the rules, and so, everybody's got to play by the rules, or you don't play.
There's the snap, high snap. Good job of getting it.
Another
by Michael
good
Young.
punt.
A fair catch called for back at the 15. The Grangers will have it there. 6:59 left to go in the first half. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Perry's going to take the ball and look to pass, but he's going to run up the field, get good yardage, and I saw about 4 different Tigers on their laid on their stomachs after diving for his legs.
That'll be about an 18-yard gain as it moves it from the 15 all the way out to the 33-yard line. And once again, hey, you got the athlete, let him run the ball. Let him do whatever he needs to do. The Tigers have just got to continue playing their brand of football, and so far they've kept him in containment. And I say that he's probably already got 70 yards because he just kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah. But Ogletree will be the tailback behind him. They'll take the snap, quickly hand it off to Ogletree. Hits the line. We do a good job of hitting him early, but then he gets on the cross. Number 30 for the Troup High School Tigers, Brian Ziegler, does a good job of initiating the contact.
That's OJ's younger brother. OJ was a standout nose tackle for the Tigers the past couple of years, and little brother following in his footsteps. But, we don't not only got to make the initial contact, we got to lock up. And a big man like that, you can't hit him chest to chest. You've got to bring him down. You got to hit him. You got to wrap those ankles up, and you got to do it quick.
Perry checks his wrist, gets the call from the sideline, takes the snap. He'll hand the ball off again to his tailback, Ogletree. Spins at the 40, all the way down to the 45-yard line. Guys, he fell 5 yards.
He did that, and Tony, I don't know if you saw that little hole there, but, again, the Tigers had initial contact at the line of scrimmage, and, they got to start locking up at that line of scrimmage, guys.
Here we go again. Perry steps up, hands the ball off. We do a much better job of tackling that time. Just gets a little bit across the 45 to the 46. Second down. That'll be about 7.
Dale Craw, Eli Patrick in on that play. We've got Truitt. Showing Truitt has to come out because his helmet came off, so we've got to get a relief player in there.
Whistle back into play.
Be second down, and it's like 7 for LaGrange.
Perry looking to pass, going to air the ball out down the left side. We jump up, and do they make the catch? Looking for the official to give us an indication.
They're going to call him a catch.
Yep, he does, over at the 25-yard line, right along that edge.
He was able to, nice throw, nice coverage by the Tigers. Number 3, Tay Moreland, all over. You couldn't ask for a better coverage, and couldn't ask for a better throw. At 5:30 left until halftime, Granger's on the move. It's already 7-0, LaGrange. Tigers got to bow up here now.
Try it again. Same play. And it goes over his head. Did he catch it? He's out of bounds, I think. No, they're going to call a touchdown.
Well, it took him a year, but good job, good pass, same play. Figured, why not go back to it? So, Tigers for 5:24 down 13-0. You got to start thinking, all right, now, offensively, they've had good field position. They just can't generate any offense, and something's got to give. You either got to, you got to start. You just either play your game, or do you take a look at maybe bringing Sheely in the tailback? He had over 1,200 yards rushing last year. Do you, even though he's going both ways, he would be going both ways. Do you try that, or what are some of the options you got to do? But you got to start moving the ball on offense.
Depending on how this goes right here, we're going up to 14-0. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 14-0 is your score. We'll answer some of those questions that Greg just answered when we come back live here from Callaway Stadium on Eagle Sports.
We are home to a state-of-the-art MRI suite that offers the best imaging technology. We are at the forefront of women's health, providing digital mammography and the only breast MRI in the area. We offer a full array of cancer treatment options and are the region's only accredited weight loss surgery center.
On the internet, but that's a general value. To really know the right value for your home, talk to RE/MAX Result Agent Hilton Swanson, because when you know, then you can decide if you're ready to sell and at the right price. So like Hilton Swanson on Facebook or call.
More Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
We're going down to Tony Walls on the sidelines. Tony, what's the atmosphere for the Tigers right now after going down by 2 touchdowns?
Well, there's no quit down here. Coach Glisson was just asking the officials. The words, I think, were, are we sure about that? It was a little bit of a delay on the touchdown over there, and, of course, we could not tell. I think the officials had to and confer with each other before they called it a touchdown. But there's no quit down here. It's still early. As Greg said, Tigers just got to do something on offense.
Yep. Here come the Grangers. They kick the ball off. They're actually going to go across the line. They'll have to bring that one back. They'll mark 5 off, and they'll kick it from the 35 instead of the 40.
The ball was kicked really on the 1-yard line. Sheely picked the ball up on the 1-yard line. Kind of momentum carried him back into the end zone. So it may be to our favor that he backs up a little bit. Now, Jack, earlier you mentioned, you said we were arguing, but I say we were just debating. I don't know who the 17 kid is, but he's got a good leg on him. I don't know that he could not have kicked that 30-something yard field goal.
Well, the last extra point, though, looked like it almost went under the upright. So if he can run up to it, he can kick it hard. Is that one step?
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that'll throw you off.
I've never kicked, so I can't comment on that.
So the ball now rests on the 35. Rangers will kick it, moving left to right. Steps up, gets the kickoff. Taken at the 10 by the Tigers, up to the 15, 20. Cuts in the middle of the field to the 25. He's in the middle of the field to the 30. Someone's feet to the 40. Goes down across the 45. Great return by the Tigers. That's the spark we needed.
That's your Dexter Shealy, the same kid that had over 1,200 yards rushing last year. Great vision. If he caught the ball on about the 11-yard line, moved it all the way out to the 50-yard line. Good moves starting at about the 32. He juked several players. Good vision. So, give kudos to the Tigers return team opening up some holes for him. So the Tigers, again, have an opportunity with excellent field position starting at midfield.
Russell will be in at the tailback with the quarterback, Ken Truitt.
So it looks like we have, unsportsmanlike conduct? What was that about?
I'm not sure. They'll have to move the ball.
Richard Williams, the umpire, comes over. And
Tony, did you see what that was?
The flag was on the other side of the field, guys. I never saw it, but it was an unsportsmanlike call, so it could very well have been on the bench. I didn't see any extracurriculars among the players. So, as we said, I don't really know. I don't want to guess, but whatever it was, it cost the Grangers 15 yards.
It could have been some vocabulary that we just.
That's a big 15 yards here, guys. We're late.
But if you don't hear it, did they really say it?
If a tree falls in the forest, did it really?
That's exactly right. That's exactly. You got to hear, but not hear when you're officiating.
I'm with you. At any rate, the Tigers again.
Hey, we'll take it though, guys.
Yes, sir. From the 35-yard line now, so the best starting field position they've had all night.
We broke that 45-yard bug. Truitt rolls to his right, got pressure in his face, throws it downfield, and it's going to be caught. Let's see where they mark it.
Looks like Tremaine Tolbert was
just short of the first down. Looks like.
Good eyes by Tremaine Tolbert. Good eyes by Truitt. He throws it downfield. Tolbert comes back for the football. Only your better receivers are aware enough to come back to the football, so good job by Tolbert. Second down in the yard. Ball's resting on the 25-yard line.
Truitt takes it. This time he's going to hand the ball to Russell. Russell cuts inside. Nice trap play. Gets some positive yardage down to the 20.
Excellent pull by Hudson Newton. Good job by Tim Hughley in his first year starting left tackle. What a good job. He and Jorge Benitez cut it upfield for a first down. Tigers on the move inside the 20 at the 19.
Same play. Actually, this time the quarterback, Truitt's going to keep it. He's going to be ridden down at the 20-yard line.
Good read, but give credit to the number 22 for LaGrange. He grabbed Truitt's jersey and just would not let him go. And Truitt had tried to bounce it outside, and had he escaped from that jersey, he may have picked up a significant amount of yards.
James Clark is the player for LaGrange that made that tackle.
Second, they're going to call it 2nd and 11. Ball's just outside the 20. 4:08 to go until halftime. LaGrange 14, Troup nothing. Troup is knocking on the door, though. Second down, coach is taking the time, calling it from the sideline. They've got 10 seconds. Actually,
play
down to 5.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, that the play clock is just jumping.
That's crazy.
And so a timeout's called on the field.
I know they call out Troup, but I mean, that thing jumped from 7 down to 5, down to 2.
Something's going on with the play clock.
Yeah.
The timeout's taken on the field. The timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff. He reminds you to take time out to remind your kids not to text and drive. 14-0 is score in favor of the LaGrange High School Grangers. Troup driving with 3:48 left to go in the first half right here on Eagle Sports.
There's
Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited
ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Warman, Greg Hicks, Sonny Walls down the field. 3:48 left to go in the first half. 14-0. Tigers really wanting to get on the board here. Ball's inside the 20. Actually, right on the 20.
Very important possession for the Tigers. Get on the board now. We open the second half receiving the football, so Tigers looking for a score.
Rangers showing blitz. Truitt going to keep it. Go to the left. He's going to lose yardage back to the 24.
You know, he's got good, quick feet, but it looks like he just can't get his legs underneath him. Tony, you're down there on the play, and it just looked like he could get enough speed to get to the outside there.
Well, yeah, LaGrange's defense really pursues well. When you need to go north and south against that defense, you start going east and west, you put yourself in a bind.
Truitt takes the snap, looking. He'll throw it towards the end zone. Have a man out there. Everybody jumps up. Nobody comes down with it.
Good job by the defense. Tolbert looks like he was the intended receiver. He jumps sky high, and everybody out there knows he can. But, you know, the Grangers have a couple of 6-footers out there, too, maybe 6'2s, and they go up with him and bat the ball away from him. So good defense. It'll bring up 4th down and about 24. So
we're going to attempt it.
Michael Young comes in and places the marker on the 31-yard line. So it'll be a 41-yard field goal attempt.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And I think it's going to fall just short.
Bad timing. Unfortunately, the Cameron Russell, the place kick holder, had to reach way up to grab that one. Kind of throws the timing off. You know, when you're trying to kick a field goal, timing's important. But when you're trying to kick one that distance, you know you got to get it a little lower. You got to reach up for it. Of course, good thing is LaGrange didn't really put any pressure. Unfortunately for the Tigers, once again, they come away with no points on an excellent opportunity there, Tony and Jack. And they started, with that unsportsmanlike penalty, moved them from the 50 down to the 35, and still couldn't come up with any points.
We'll probably see some adjustments at halftime by the Troup High School offense. They just can't seem to move the ball down the field. Grangers have had some big plays that have been the thing that's helped them so much. Perry will take the snap. He's going to keep it, go to his left. Open field tackling him is hard work. He's going to go out of bounds across the 25 to the 27. Tony, I was just watching one of our guys break down in front of him, and he just put a quick move and was all around him.
Yeah, he just steps out of tackles, very elusive, really quick feet. He's almost like he's a little water bug out there juking around. His feet never seem to touch the ground, and you notice he runs out of bounds and avoids the hit, which is really a smart move on his part.
I wish Robert Griffin III had thought of that. He has struggled with that in his pro career.
What did Robert Griffin II, what did he do? What about the first?
He said, son, don't get hit like that. Perry once again will go to the pistol set. Takes the snap, steps to his left, hands the ball off. And a good job by that interior line of the Tigers to stop him right there as the clock ticks down into 3 minutes.
One of the few plays the Tigers had defensively where you get him in the backfield. Defensively, like you said earlier, a couple of long pass plays. I know that the quarterback has been able to pick up 8, 2, 7, 12, 15 yards at a pop, and he kind of sneaks up on you. But really, he hadn't broke it open. And where the LaGrange has done well is they've thrown the deep ball.
Yep. And they've gotten just a foot ahead of us and behind us. Perry takes it, rolls to this near side. He's got some running room, still on his feet as he gets to the 40, across the 40, down to the 43-yard line. Gosh, he's so hard to stop. I tell you what I was watching, too, some nice seal blocks on the part of the Grangers as they kept our pursuit from the backside from going after him.
Yeah, they did. And the Tigers, when you turn your head and you got to watch those crackbacks, and technically it's not need to be called a crackback because I think that's would draw a flag, but you got to be careful. The Tigers got to keep their head again.
It's one of those 80s terms. That's what we used to call it.
Wow, that's show my age.
Whoa, bad snap, but Perry has it. Got some pursuit. Going to go looking, throws downfield, and is tipped. And good thing it was tipped because it was fixed to be a touchdown.
Well, wide open, and the corner for the Tigers, number 6, Dante Rutledge, actually had a beat on the ball. It's almost like kind of goes back a couple 3 years ago to the Georgia corners, and where they just simply tipped the ball, and he had an opportunity to intercept it. And
almost tipped it into the hands of the receiver.
Kind of wish he'd have taken that opportunity. I appreciate him knocking it down, but wow, if you can intercept it, man, take it.
Minute 54 left to go, 14-0. Tigers would love to get the ball back from the Grangers. The Grangers roll a few players in right now. Second down and 10. Ball resting just short of the 45-yard line. 2 receivers to the top side, 1 to this near side. The slot receiver on this near side as well. Back to pass is Perry. Looking. Throws to the far side. Again, they get behind us. And do they make the catch? They're going to give us a penalty there.
Yeah,
it's an incomplete pass, but it will be a penalty down on the far side.
You got Macente Stafford on the coverage, and what I thought was a good coverage, but it could have been one of those things where you grab his jersey as you're going up.
Yeah, he also circled around him.
Yeah.
Instead of step by step, he kind of came around him, got that hand inside. And I think they're going to mark the 15 off. Is that what you saw, Tony?
Well, again, I'm on the other side, and unless he had a hand in his back, I couldn't see. It looked like good coverage from where I was. The receiver, Hardy from LaGrange, did a good break on the ball and almost came down with it, but it looked like, is it against LaGrange? No, they're going
he had to
go
go back
line of scrimmage. But, yeah, he must have had a hand in his back, maybe something we couldn't see from this side. But, again, a big penalty right there. It moves the Rangers deeper into the Tiger territory.
One of the things, though, you almost talk about smart penalties. Let's say that he caught the ball. Where would the Rangers be? Down inside the 15-yard line. So
instead, they just get over the 50 down to the 42.
So one could say, hey, I'll take that penalty. Now, whether he intended to do that or not, whether he knew what he was doing, but as it turned out, it's probably not a bad penalty for the Tigers.
That's a great point. Instead of a 15, 20-yard gain, they only got 5 and only gave up a first down. So you're exactly right, Greg. That's a great point.
So Perry will line up behind his center. Takes the snap. Rolls to his left. Looking. May pull it and run. He does. Gets across the 40. Goes out of bounds. Across the 35 to the 33. And, guys, we mentioned this a minute ago. He's just so smart to get out of bounds and avoid that big hit.
Yeah, you're right. One of the things that he's able to manage the clock, minute 38, he's able to pick up, again, 9 yards. He kicks outside. And I was going to ask, the play, I see a flag on the other side of the field. Sean Truitt has been really getting in that backfield the last several plays, and their H-back, I guess, is responsible for him. And, of course, he cuts inside, and Truitt, it's obvious that he's being held, and he can't get away from him. And I believe they finally called that play. But so that may open up opportunities for our defensive ends to be able to get in there.
They do call a holding against the Grangers, so Big Dog will walk it back across the 50 to the 47.
Randy Janney.
Dog.
Yeah, well, it's a good crew out here tonight, guys. We don't see near the flags. And, hey, again, most of the flags have been, from what our vantage point, it's been right on mark. 1 minute and 30 as the clock ticks until halftime. LaGrange 14, Troup 0. Both teams really have had some big plays, mostly from passing. Nobody's really broke open an 80-yard run.
Perry's going to roll to his left. Looking downfield, got some pursuit. Oh, we can finally get a shoestring on him near the 50. Ball comes out, but it goes out of bounds before it.
Good job by Austin Carter. Man, what a Eli Patrick took the inside, and LaGrange calls timeout real quickly. Austin Carter from his middle linebacker position chases Perry down, and let's face it, that's a pretty good deal for Carter to be able to do that. So there's a timeout on the field. We'll take one, too.
Let's take the quick one. This time it's brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff. Reminds you to take the timeout to remind your kids not to text and drive. With a minute 3 left to go, 14-0 in favor of LaGrange on Eagle Sports.
Do you know what your house is worth? Yes.
Aging. And the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call the Mallory Agency today or check them out on Facebook or on the web at MalloryAgency.com.
7216. His advice is free and his work is invaluable. When you need to sell your home, talk to RE/MAX Result Agent Hilton Swanson today.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. The Troup High School Tigers taking on LaGrange High School Grangers. Troup's first official game of the season. LaGrange is second. They're 1-0. 0-0 for the Tigers. Hoping to come away with a win tonight, but they're going to have to do some offensive work. 14-0 is the score. LaGrange leading. And right now they've got a minute 3 left to go on the clock. They're just shy of the 50-yard line. Snaps up the ball to the quarterback, who's going to roll to his near side. Perry comes back up the middle of the field. Got some open running room ahead of him. We break down.
What a move.
And he does a great move. He's going to go out of bounds across the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. Oh, man.
Wow, that's all you can say. The kid is phenomenal. He came in, he was trapped twice in the backfield and was able to take a potential loss into about a 32-yard gain, and actually not quite that much, but about a 26-yard gain. So, wow, give him credit. And the clock's under a minute to go until halftime, 14-0. LaGrange leading. Tigers are going to get the ball back to start the second half, but, man, they don't want them to score right now. They got to hold them up.
Tony, I'm watching the angles of our guys coming after him, and it's really not a good contain angle. We're kind of doing an inside up, and he's able to get to that corner so fast. Snap again to the quarterback. Steps up into the pocket, looking to run. He's going to slide down to his left. We're going to bring him down.
He passes it. Oh, good job.
He does toss it to his tailback, who's up the field. Ogletree to the 10, brought down at the 5. So Perry, even as he's about to go down, tosses it, but there's a flag down back at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, they could have.
It's against the Grangers.
And I don't. Did you catch? Was it a holding?
Again, when you see a guy go all the way to the right, cut back to the left, when you have a guy cross your face, that kind of block happens very often.
Guys, while we're calling this penalty, let me just update you for something, or let you know something. You might not know this.
Let us know.
Our offensive line coach, Heath Arrington, first year, was a tremendous football player under Coach Bubba Jeter several years ago. He got his degree this past May from LaGrange College, and he's teaching at Troup High, and just a good guy. Well, he had back surgery last week, and so our thoughts and prayers go out to Heath Arrington. You sure are missed, buddy. The team was talking about you earlier today, and the coaching staff was talking about how they missed you. And
maybe he's listening right now.
We're all pulling for you to come on back, buddy. We wish you well in your recovery. We know that back surgery has got to be a tough thing, so our thoughts and prayers goes out to Heath Arrington.
Clock is ticking right now, 22-21. Rangers taking their time. Perry takes the snap. Backs up to pass. He's got a safety valve in Ogletree. Ogletree makes the catch. Gets upfield. He could go again down to the 20. They knock him out of bounds. They'll stop the clock with 7 seconds left to go. And, man, Ogletree is hard to bring down.
He just had his little relief valve out in the flats. You toss it out. And again, we had several Tigers there. It just looks like our feet just not moving fast enough. It's almost like we're running flat-footed. So LaGrange with 7.8 seconds left. Rather than looking at a potential field goal of, say, 36, 37 yards, they're going to go for it. Of course, again, it's, second down and, say, 2 yards. So it's not a first down, but the ball is on the 20-yard line with a little over 7 seconds to go until halftime.
Ogletree swings over to the left side. The timeout's called on the field. As we got about 7 seconds left to go, we mentioned they call a timeout. We take one as well. And this timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff, who reminds you to take timeout to remind your kids to say no to drugs. Right here on Eagle Sports.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
All right, well, welcome back.
Jack, since we're back, Jack, let's talk about Mud Creek Graphics for just a little bit. Since Ray Johnson up here, long time.
Ray Johnson.
Look at him. Bring it on in, brother. But, Mud Creek, proud to say that Coach Bubba Jeter has been working with us since January, and we're so proud to have him on staff. And we're now an official Russell athletic dealer, and we're excited of that. And we've got we're calling on a lot of athletic departments. So you coaches out there, if you need something in the athletic wear, whether it be equipment, jerseys, or anything Russell, just give us a call. Check us out at mudcreekgraphics.com.
Here comes LaGrange. Got 7 seconds left to go. Takes a snap. He's going back up, looking. Throws to the end zone. There's a man out there. It's going to be incomplete. They'll stop the clock with 2 seconds, so LaGrange will get one more play.
And again, we saw the slot back on a little post pattern, and, of course, he got behind the middle linebacker, Austin Carter, and, of course, Dre Flagg was running just side straddling. The coaches are talking to him. Good job, Flagg. Perry just kind of overthrew his receiver, and that may be. I was down on the field last week when Callaway was playing LaGrange, and he is short enough that he's got to maneuver to really see a passing lane.
Perry backs up the pass. That plays whistle dead.
There's a flag on the play on the far side. It's motion on LaGrange, so that'll back the ball up. But at any rate, they're not going to attempt a field goal.
Ball start on the offense.
So
Greg doesn't believe me that the guy can't kick it.
Well, as I say that, he's coming on the field now. But I didn't say he was going to kick it. I just said he's coming on the field. 17. Well, is he? I guess he is, Jack.
Yeah, he is.
Now, if he makes it, you're going to be really embarrassed.
I feel bad because his number's not on the program. Neither is our kicker. So we just have to make up a name. Who's number 17? Let's see. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's going to fall just short. Actually, caught in the end zone, and that'll end the first half of play. Tony's going to head over there and see if he can catch hold of Coach for just a second. He's getting ready to go in at halftime.
Ooh, wow.
But it has been a big first half for the LaGrange High School Grangers.
The Tigers going in down 14-0 so far. And again, we'll talk about this more at halftime as Tony tries to catch up with Coach G, they call him. But, a lot of big plays by LaGrange. And I think the first half stories, a lot of big plays by LaGrange. And the inefficient offense just cannot get the offense rolling for the Tigers.
Tony, looks like their band is trying to recruit him to come out on the field.
Well, they're looking for ball-headed members.
Coach, your assessment of the first half. We got to get some things going offensively. Defensively, it's not terrible, it's not good, but we're not tackling in space. That's a big problem right now. Number 3 is pretty good, but offensively, we got to get a little bit of rhythm back. We left some things out on the table. We had an opportunity to make some big plays and didn't do it, and we got to get in here at halftime. We're still in this ball game now. It's 14-0. We got a chance to come out in the second half and make something happen. Good luck in the second half, Coach.
All right, exactly what you want to hear from a coach. If you got some plans, going to get some things done at halftime and be ready to come back and get things going. We're going to go to our halftime set as the LaGrange High School Grangers about to come out and play some of it. We'll listen to them a little bit in just a minute, but right now you're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football. They trail LaGrange 14-0 at halftime on Eagle Sports.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with Matt Orr handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange today and get to a better state with State Farm. Discounts may vary state to state.
The story you are about to hear is real. It was a big day in my life, and then she drove by.
I'm a lousy shopper. I just don't know where to go to find the best pharmacy.
Lady, are you telling me you drive all over town and shop around several places before you're done? There's no need to be running around with Mr. Good Deal. You'll save time and money with no aggravation.
Where can I find this Mr. Good Deal?
Holmes Pharmacy, the home of Mr. Good Deal in LaGrange and Hamilton.
We are named among the top 5% in the nation for patient safety by Health Grades in 2015. We are ranked in the top 10% in overall hospital care by CareChecks. We are a leading heart clinic with specialists in diagnostics and intervention that get to the heart of better care. We are West Georgia Health. Visit WGHealth.org and discover how we're working together to bring you the highest quality health care.
So healthy together.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Hey, we're back live at Callaway Stadium. Tiger Field tonight. I tell you what, the Tigers are excited. Man, if you could just see what I see right now. I think there's a song out there like that. This is reminiscent, Jack, of 10, 15 years ago. And you know what? This was back when both teams, way back when Coach Jeter was here, Coach Pardue was here, and they were fighting for playoff spots and going to the Dome. And look at the crowd here. There's got to be, 6,000 people here tonight when you figure both sides hold 2,500 and they're full, and there's got to be 1,000+ people surrounding the field. This is kind of nice.
I'll tell you what I'm also excited about are the band programs of these two schools. I looked down the Granger band. They're going from 30 to 30. That's a lot of kids out on that field, and Jared Farrell has done a great job of growing that program. Johnny Hurd, of course, Johnny Band, he's got a great band at the Troup High School Tigers. We'll see them in a minute. But it is really nice to see the arts programs of the schools continuing to grow, especially to these two programs in LaGrange and Troup.
Well, you know what? With all the Troup County school systems, as you know, facing the cuts that that it has over the last several years. What a challenging proposition that's been for a lot of administrators and, of course, teachers and, the advisory group of parents and the Board of Education. A lot of people have pulled together and kind of getting through this. And one of the things that obviously was first to go was kind of the arts program at different schools, and you got to cut where you got to cut. But with all that happening, we're still surviving, and we're still the cream's rising to the top, and you can see it. I remember last year we stood right here, and LaGrange band was probably half the size of Troups, and it looks like you said there's a lot more numbers here. I don't know if you call those tubas. There's what I would call miniature tubas, but technically Johnny's got 3 tuba band, and where are these tubas? But anyway, I'm not an instrument player, so I couldn't tell you. I'm just an instrument listener.
Well, what has happened too is you've got 2 real charismatic guys that are at the head of these 2 programs. Jared Farrell, a lot of fun. He's a really neat guy. These kids enjoy being out there. They work just as hard in the summer as they do all year long. And of course, Johnny, just a quality individual. These kids love him. They love to spend time working out and getting their shows together. So we're real proud of both of them. Let's take a quick break. We come back. We got lots more to talk about here at halftime, right here on Eagle Sports.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.MalloryAgency.com.
Products not available in all states.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics' well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Hello, Troup Tiger fans. Jonathan Moosemat with King Chevrolet in Valley, Alabama. Glad to see you here tonight at Callaway Stadium, and we're excited about high school football just like you guys are. I know the Troup Tigers have been working hard. It's the start of the season, and the benefits will come with all this hard work that you've been putting in all summer, and it starts tonight. So know that you've got friends in Valley, Alabama at King Chevrolet. Go Troup Tigers.
King Chevrolet can be found right off I-85, exit 77 in Valley, Alabama, and on the web at kingautocorner.com. In the game of football, it takes the skill and effort of a team to reach the goal line. At Commercial Bank and Trust, we know it takes the same kind of teamwork to help you reach the goal of financial security. That's why we offer a team of professionals who are dedicated to providing effective game-winning financial solutions. You'll get the expertise you need from people you know and trust. Commercial Bank and Trust, a division of the Synovus Bank, member FDIC.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now, back to more Troup Tiger football.
You try to give some culture to some people, and it just doesn't work sometimes. Trying to explain what a drum major is to Greg Hicks is like trying to tell someone what a rock tastes like if they've never seen one.
No, I got it. I just want to know what a clarinet major was and what a trombone major was. Just saying.
We got Ray Johnson up here at the booth. I might get Ray down here to help us
explain this too.
We got 2 generations of Troup High School band up here with Ray Johnson and Johnny Hurd.
That's a long time going there, boys. I tell you what, though, I just got to mention this. I look down and I see my favorite player the last 4 years, and I've had a lot of them, but I guess if I had to pick one, it's Mitch Mathis. I'm so glad that he got here on time tonight. He's been over there scrimmaging and practicing over at Mercer University, and man, we just love some Mitch Mathis. He lives out there in the Rosemont community off Salem Road, and good parents, and just good. We wish him well and a lot of success over at Mercer. Hopefully he's in the starting lineup, as they should be starting their season in another 2 to 3 weeks. And while we're on the subject, the Troup High School is forming a touchdown club. First time we've had a booster club for the football team in several years, and we want you to all come out. We're having a meeting Monday night in the cafeteria starting at 6 o'clock, so you can support your Troup High School football team. And wow, look at this crowd, guys. If you could just see what I'm talking about, I hadn't seen this kind of crowd in years, and there's really nothing on the line here tonight. It's the first game of the season other than county pride, which is huge.
That's a lot on the line.
Well, I'm talking about as far as state playoff implications.
Well, that's true.
They're not even in the same region, and it's just a blessing to see the community come together like that. But we encourage you to come on out and take a look at the Troup High Touchdown Club. Like us on Facebook. Anthony Robinson's kind of heading up our media team, and he's getting us done on Facebook, and we're going to raffle off an Orca cooler. I guess it's kind of like a Yeti. I don't know anything. I don't have a Yeti. I guess I'm just not in the clique right now. But Orca, I know you got a Yeti. This is an Orca. You can pick your different sizes. Only $1 ticket. Take a look at us on Facebook. Contact a Touchdown Club member. We'll raffle that off. I think like in October. One of the games in October. So we got plenty
sizes,
of time.
Like the killer whale size and the
it's funny
size.
that you say that because the little tabs, when you close it, they're the shape of a whale tail. So I thought that was kind of cute. But you'll get a chance to choose two different sizes. From what I understand, Yetis are like $200 for a small cooler. It's like, wow, that's as much as a refrigerator costs.
I'll just go buy a cold one out of the refrigerator, I tell you. All right, let's stop right now. We'll talk more about this when we come back. And so we had the band going on the field. The pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. We'll have them come up. We might catch a band director. You never know what's going to happen at halftime right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. Just Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.MalloryAgency.com.
Products not available in all states.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com.
All right, I think I'm a little frightened as I hear the Troup High School band get out there because they're playing music from the band Chicago, the old style, the Tower Power horns from Chicago, and I think that's the same show I played in when I was in high school in 1985. And I look over, and I've got Ray Johnson, my band director, standing over here. And I'm joined also by Dr. Jared Farrell, the band director over at LaGrange High School. We brought him up in the booth. I tell you what, I'm so impressed by your group. I followed them a little bit because my best friend Chris Barnes and his son Jordan were there with you for several years. But I watched you go from the 30 to 30. You got a full-size band out there, and I'm so proud of your program.
We sure do. Thank you so much. When I started here 10 years ago, it was about 23 kids.
Yes.
And we are just so proud to have grown and be a band that this community is proud of.
Yeah. The kind of tagline for the Troup, I've been calling it for years, the pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. But I tell you what, LaGrange has really done a great job of improving. And again, I know you're reaching out at the middle school level. There's been probably some inconsistency there, but it's nice to see these kids come up and see the consistency that you brought to the program and the fun that you bring to these kids.
Well, our job is to have fun and entertain the audience, and I think we do it every week, and I think that's part of the growth. Of course, I got to give a big shout-out to my middle school band director at Gardner Newman, Miss Janet Barber. She does an amazing job with these kids. Well,
also, what I've seen you do, Jared, over the years that I've been very impressed with, too, is that you kind of take what you have and begin to create shows around that. I think back to Jordan. I mentioned him just because I know him so well. It was a great guitarist, played the instrument so well, and he got to be featured in a lot of it. So you bring those kids out to feature them because you have the talent. Just like in a football game, let's get the talent out there and let them do something.
Hey, you're right, man. Just like a football coach has an outstanding quarterback or running back, you build the offense around them. You build the show around your best players and let those kids shine.
Well, they have been shining, and of course, y'all have such hard work over the summer. The football players are out there; they're in pads. They've got the practice they do, but their band camp is nothing to sneeze at. Y'all are hot out there holding up some instruments. Effectively, if you're a sousaphone player or a tuba player, and you're out there in the middle of the summer in 100-degree heat, holding up that thing that's getting hot as you hold it, woo.
Well, I myself was a tuba player, so I know what they're going through. But you know what? They're having so much fun. Down there in our end zone, there's about 20 alumni who've come out tonight just to see their friends and watch the band. So it's a lifelong thing.
Well, let me throw that also too. They've changed the Grangers are going to be on the home side. Their home side is going to be on the far side all through the season this year. But y'all have elected to put bleachers in the end zone at the scoreboard side and put your band down there. What a neat idea! Tell me how that all came about.
That's actually nationwide. That's very popular. It's only here in the South, don't see it as much, but a lot of college bands are doing it too.
Okay.
It does two things. A band is directional, so if we're sitting over there with our home fans, we're blowing away from them. They're not hearing us. Also, we have grown this year, and that section on the end didn't quite fit us. So being there and also being in the end zone, we're aimed at the fans. There's more seats for home side, great access to the field, good view for us. So I think it works out great, and our fans seem to appreciate it.
It sounds really neat. So the Blue Crew's kind of taking on y'all's side. Yeah, so you normally be. So at least you were glad you weren't in the powder they threw there at the beginning of the game. You're not colored.
Wouldn't look good on me.
Well, I appreciate Dr. Jerry Farrell joining us here at halftime. I know he's got to get down to his band, but right now you're hearing the pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. We're going to take a break. We'll come back and hear some more from them. Maybe catch Johnny Hurd before he goes downstairs. Right now, the LaGrange High School Grangers leading 14-0 over Troup High. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
If you're looking for a cake for a birthday, wedding, or any corporate event, stop by Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange. She has them for you. Also, she has bakery items such as great sweets. Also, casseroles, ready to cook, prepared daily. Debbie would also like to wish Cupcake the best of luck in the 2015 season. Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange.
Hi, friends. Just Lictor here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Woman, Greg Hicks, Tony Walls, and we've heard both bands. So proud of the programs of the two. We had a chance to talk to Dr. Jared Farrell. We're going to try to catch Johnny Hurd in just a second, see if he can come over and talk to us a little bit about the Troup band and build that program up, and as he's done so well. But, guys, I want to talk a little bit about this second half we're about to go into. The Troup High School Tigers really struggling with their offense. The defense has been pretty good. It held them to 14, but really we haven't been able to have a big play on offense.
No, you're right, Jack. Coach Glisson said as Tony was interviewing him coming off the field, he picked up on it real quick. Exactly. Everybody in the stadium sees that the offensively, the Tigers are struggling to move the football, with the exception of a couple of long passes, but that's the exception more than the norm. So the Tigers had it twice. They started on the 45. Once they started on the 35. That was all in the second quarter. The first quarter was kind of tough to get field position going, but second quarter they had 3 opportunities, and at one time inside the red zone and just simply couldn't put it together. So as it turned out, the guys, something that they got to work on. And hopefully they made some adjustment inside the locker room. And the guys know, two touchdowns is certainly nothing to overcome. We're getting the ball back first, just put together some solid drives, and I think you've got something special.
Well, I tell you, speaking of special, here comes Johnny Hurd, the band director of the Pride of Troup County, the Troup High School Tiger Marching Band. And, just like any great musician, he had an opening act. Jared Farrell came in and talked to us for a minute. And now here comes the headliner. Johnny Hurd comes on in to join us here up in the booth. Okay, so proud of your program. The kids did a great job. Just opening up with the Chicago song that takes me back, because I think Ray Johnson, who was in the booth with us a minute ago, that was actually on a show we played back in the 80s.
Yeah, right when it came out, right? Oh, man, it was a great show. A lot of first show jitters tonight.
Yep.
But we've been working really hard. I got 0 voice left after this week. But I can't say how proud I am of these young men and women for getting out there and putting on an awesome first show.
Well, and also, I'll say this, Johnny. I'm watching. A lot of times you have to build your show. Kind of get it, maybe 2 songs in and then have to be stationary for a song. But you had a full show out here tonight.
We still have one more to put on. We have our closer. We're doing Time to Say Goodbye at the end. But we finished out with Rock Around the Clock tonight. That was the guard feature. So we got that one on and felt really good about it.
Yeah, I was very, very impressed. And again, I mentioned to Jared that he had a band going from 30 to 30. You're about the 25 to 25. Your program looks great out there.
Well, thank you. We're really proud, trying to keep on building with the middle school. Have a new director at Long Cane Middle School this year, and hoping that we can start a great relationship and build things for the future. Also very impressed, too, with the way that your parents support you. Wow, I know that the McClungs are good friends of ours. Philip McClung and his wife, Angela, that booster program has really done a great job of helping out your program. Oh, man, I could not say anything negative about these boosters. They've been working their butts off all year for me. Tonight I had about a dozen folks over there cooking out for the band. Moms, dads everywhere helping with everything from uniforms to water to any kind of logistical things. Can't do this without the parents. It takes a village.
There's only one criticism I give. You got to get someone who's a runner to bring one of those hamburgers up to us in the booth in the pregame. Okay, so if you can get that handled, I think we got it done.
Well, I'll put that on Giddens because he had no trouble getting some hamburgers tonight.
So Chance ate a few. All right. Well, he is known to find his way around the food. So. And also, just a quick personal note, enjoying having your wife join us at Hollis Hand Elementary School as working with our speech students.
Oh, she is so very, very happy. She was looking good in her Hollis Hand shirt this morning, getting ready to go to work.
All right. I guess just for old time's sake, I've got to put a headphone on this guy over here. Come on, quick. Come on, Ray. Come on. I've never had a chance to interview you on the radio. Ray Johnson is joining us, the band director emeritus of Troup High School. But emeritus of Troup High School. I mean, because I told him a minute ago, they start playing one of the shows from my last show at Troup High School. The Chicago song was one with our band played.
Yeah, right, yeah.
In fact, I discovered Chicago in the Callaway Auditorium, getting to play some of that great music. And Ray, you did such a great job for so long. I just got to take a moment to say thank you.
Well, you were a good student, too.
I know I made you mad because I never marched.
Yeah.
I played football, so.
He was a good tenor sax player, but he didn't march with me. But he was out there on the football field, so we forgive him for that.
Well, I appreciate that.
But I appreciate it, Jack.
All right,
and Johnny, I tell you what, I can't be more proud of this guy right here.
Well, I tell you what, the program continues. Your reign was a long, strong one, and Johnny's doing a great job of keeping the program.
He's making me proud.
The pride of Troup County, the Troup County School Tiger Marching Band. Ray Johnson, Johnny Hurd up here. We're about to get to halftime over. We're about to jump into the second half right here on Eagle Sports.
We are home to a state-of-the-art MRI suite that offers the best imaging technology. We are at the forefront of women's health, providing digital mammography and the only breast MRI in the area. We offer a full array of cancer treatment options and are the region's only accredited weight loss surgery center. We are West Georgia Health. Visit wghealth.org and discover how we're working together to bring you advanced technology.
So healthy together.
So, what if you're walking out of your car after work today and it's been mashed by a runaway garbage truck? We've got an agent for that. Having your own State Farm agent means having a real person there to help you when things go wrong. So when accidents happen, you've got someone you know who will be there when you need them. Matt Orr in LaGrange is that State Farm agent. He's got your back when things go wrong. So call him today at 706-882-0046. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, friends. Just Licked here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football.
Please keep the plate.
Chance Giddens having to give some information to the officials. The play clocks are messing up on us, so they'll be keeping that down on the field now. And credit to Nikovia, our producer up here, that recognized that early in the first half. So both the coaches have agreed to have them call that down on the field. And the great communication that we have, it's Chance Giddens that's telling them about that from up here. All right, so LaGrange will kick off to the Tigers. Tigers trail LaGrange 14-0. Tony Walls back down the field. And Tony, what you think about this going into the second half?
Well, the other thing I want to know is who keeps the clock on the field? Which official? Do we know?
Back judge, since he's usually watching for that.
Okay, the guy that throws the flag. Okay, yep. All right, that's his responsibility. Okay, well, the second half is really enjoyed talking to Coach Glisson there at halftime. He's still excited. He understands they're only a couple of plays away from being right back in this ball game, and with the Tigers getting the ball first to start the second half, we always talk about the first 5 minutes of the second half being really important for the outcome of the game. So let's see if the Tigers can take advantage of getting the kickoff in the second half.
Looking back there deep for the Troup High School Tigers is number 25 Cameron Russell. Rangers ready to kick the ball off. Kicking left to right if you're looking at your radio dial. 14-0 is your score in favor of the Grangers. And here we go. There's the kick. Wow, this is one of his best kicks. Sails into the end zone. That'll be a touchback brought out to the 20, and that's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10.
First down, Tigers, 20-yard line.
So no time goes off the clock. And they'll be keeping it on the field. We mentioned the play clocks are having some problems, so they're going to stop that. Guys, I'm just looking around the fencing. We got so many fans that aren't even in the stands that are out there getting some Kona ice and having a good time at the concession stands.
I mentioned before, you would think that this is the last game of the season and all vying for the region championship here. Wow, what a great crowd as the Tigers come up to the ball, first down from the 20-yard line.
Go snap, hand the ball off to the tailback. Russell fights his way up to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
We'll take 5. Nice little read by Truitt. Gives the ball off to Russell. Russell starts outside, cuts it back off tackle, twists it like a hook back into the middle linebacker, and that's where he's met with the Grange tackles, but not after a little over a 5-yard gain. So ball's out just beyond the 25-yard line.
Kelvin Thornton comes in at the tailback position beside the quarterback Truitt. Snap, he'll back up to pass. Going to air the ball out down the far sideline. A lot of bumping. Who comes down with it? Nobody. Incomplete pass. No flag.
Right, just good defense. Both players have a right for the football as long as the defender's not holding him, and as long as the offender is not pushing off on him and pushing off in the shoulder pads to gain some height advantage. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. So nice little shot trying to go deep. Now you got to get the ball, got to have at least a 5-yard gain to make it 1st down.
Tolbert was the intended receiver. Truitt takes it, hands the ball off to his tailback. Actually fakes the handoff and heads upfield. gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That's a fourth down. He'll have to punt it away.
So we got Mess Bonner in the second half, and looks like one of the defenders was on him, and of course it kind of fooled me. I thought he actually had the ball. So let's see what the Tigers can do. So really 3 and out, first down, and we talking to several coaches, and they realize that the way where the LaGrange's quarterback kind of nickels and dimes you some yardage. This is right here is where you don't want to give them an opportunity to get the ball back with some good field position. So nice punt.
Great punt. It'll be taken at the 40. And they'll mount a return across the 50. Nice little stutter step. And it is the very elusive quarterback, number 3 for the Grangers, LaPerion Perry, that catches it. Makes the way all the way up across the 50 to the 25.
Yeah, just what I talked about. What you don't want to do is give a team like LaGrange, who against Callaway took advantage of every mistake, every short field opportunity, and now they're just right back doing it again. And decent coverage, not good enough, obviously, because if it was good enough, he would have been inside the 50-yard line. So as it stands now, LaGrange opens the second half of play in the red zone already. So the Tiger defense really got to stiffen up here now.
So here comes LaGrange. Ball resting on the 20-yard line. The quarterback, Perry, will take the snap. Throw a quick out at the 20. Complete, wrapped up there after a gain of 3. And a much better job by the Tigers of coverage out there on the outside.
Good job by Tay Moreland. Fought off the wideout as that was a little stab pass outside to Ogletree. And it's about the time he caught it, turned and looked, and bam, Moreland makes the tackle. And so good position, good play by Moreland. So Granger's in no hurry. In their hurry-up offense, they're in no hurry to call a play.
Not having the clock on the field is inconvenient for us as well. And a timeout call by the officials. And I hope he remembered that they're calling it on the field for the time. So here we go, 9:46 left to go. 14 in the third quarter, 14-0. And here we go. LaPerion Perry in at the quarterback position. Single back behind him. Steps up into the hole. And he's hit and dropped back behind the 20. And we finally got a nice surge by the defensive front line, Tony.
Guys, that's number 37, Austin Carr. He's had a great ball game from his linebacker position, been all over the field. Made a good play that time as he stepped in there and stopped that play for no gain.
Eli Patrick and Ethan Short also in on the play. That'll actually, from the original line, that'll actually lose a yard. So second down and 9, or third down and 9, actually. Ball's resting on the 18-yard line. Just underway in the second half. LaGrange 14, Troup nothing.
Perry rolls to his right, steps up into a hole. We get a hand on him and finally kind of bring him down at the 15. He'll be short of the first down.
Hey, once again, Tony, Austin Carter on the tackle. But, a lot of Tigers flying around. We saw guys really pursuing the football, kind of what I like to see on defense. A little exciting now as the Tigers kind of picking up that intensity on the defensive side of the ball.
Fourth down. Let's see if they'll try to go for a first down here or bring out the field goal team. They're going to go for it.
So fourth down and 7.
Got single coverage over here, guys.
Watch. Don't jump. They're going to hand the ball off to the tailback. Who's going to get the first down and more? Going to the end zone for a touchdown. Goes Ahmad Ogletree.
Just a little quick trap. I tell you who's calling the plays for LaGrange?
Jay Floyd.
Well, he's doing a better job over there than he did for Troup. I can say that. So, and I think he's giving the Tigers a little bit of fits, and I don't know why, but that's good competition there. But it's good to see him calling some plays that actually work.
Well, what's very interesting too is that this time the quarterback Perry, who has been so elusive, goes under center. He's been shotgun the whole ball game. Goes under center. I think that's part of what really threw off the line. We also had everybody on the line. Once he got past the first line of defense, there was nobody there. Snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is good. 21-0 is your score. The Grangers on top of the Tigers right now with 8:10 left to go in the third quarter play right here on Eagle Sports.
Synovus Bank is here, and here Well, it's here in LaGrange, Georgia. Here is where the food tastes better and the air breathes like home. Here's the place that gets better because every generation leaves it better than they found it. Here is where Synovus helps people turn their ideas into business realities because the bankers at Synovus understands what it means to be from here. Synovus, the bank of here, serving you locally as Commercial Bank and Trust. Banking products provided by division of Synovus Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to the field for more Troop Tiger football.
Is setting a new
WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Tigers got to suck it up, get back some effort here. 21-0 is your score. 8:10 left to go in the third quarter of play. And, guys, we got to mount something on the offensive side, do something to move us up and down the field.
You know, Tony, you and I were talking before the game and how last week, you know, we talked about the word domination, but, you know, LaGrange just took advantage of all the shortcomings of Callaway last week, and they're already starting the second half. If you're not careful, it'll get away, and it's not domination. It's just that we're not executing like we should.
Well, they've been able to take advantage of their opportunities, Greg. They've done that for 2 weeks in a row now,
That's
and
right.
they've done a good job of make by the other team hurt.
Tigers going to take the ball from the 5 up to the 20. To the 25-yard line goes Mess Bonner, and that's where the Tigers will have it, 1st and 10.
Good return by Mess Bonner as he picks the ball up on the 5 and brings it all the way back out to the 25. And, you know, we talked earlier, you just want to get, like you said, Jack, do I have the ball and am I outside the 20? And yes. So the Tigers, again, second possession of the second half. First one really didn't do well. We 3 and out and punted and allowed LaGrange to have a long return and scores another touchdown. So the Tigers, doesn't matter if you eat up 8 minutes of the clock or what, you got to put something together. You need to really put a touchdown in the put a score on the board, guys.
We're also building momentum for this defense. Grangers with a 4-man front against the Tigers. Troup will take it, hand the ball off to Bonner. Bonner fights his way up to the 30-yard line, a gain of about 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
Initially, you see, almost immediately you see a difference in Mess Bonner and his ability to run the football and the offensive line responding to Bonner in the backfield, and he picks up 4 yards, and he continues to have his feet churning, and he's the Mess Bonner that we've seen had a great year last year and had a 69-yard touchdown return or touchdown last week against Upson Lee. Almost an ill-advised pass. It was a little stab pass out in the flat, and had the corner been paying attention, that would have been a pick six, and almost assuredly, and it's still early in the game, but it would have made it a really tough uphill climb to come back from that. So 3rd down and 7 for the Tigers.
Bonner remains in the backfield beside Truitt. Truitt takes a snap. Looking. Got a man in his face. Little screen inside. It's going to fall incomplete. That's an incomplete pass, guys. LaGrange tries to advance it. So now here they come back on the field. The Tigers punting team will be back on the field. They bring the line of scrimmage back up to the 30. So 21-0 is your score. 7:28 left to go.
Somebody's trying to get a message about somebody.
Somebody play football?
I thought that's what we were doing here tonight. I must be mistaken. At any rate, the Tigers
will have to punt the ball away. Here they go.
Punt again, and again, you ill afford to let the.
It's Perry back deep for the Grangers.
I'm not sure who that is,
but it's Perry. There's the punt. Goes to the right side. We punt away from it. It'll go out of bounds right at the 49. Let's take 30 seconds back to the station. 21-0 in favor of LaGrange here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. Just looked here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troop Tiger football.
Welcome back to the LaGrange High School. Grangers have the ball again against the Troup High School Tigers. They're leading 21-0 over Troup. Handoff into the line. Not a lot there. Maybe gets across the 50 to the 49.5.
Good job by number 2, Sean Truitt, a senior. defensive lineman. He's had a good game tonight. Kind of quiet about it, but he's just going about his business, making plays, and he made another good play there.
Snap. Perry's going to keep it. Goes to the left. Man, he gets upfield so quick to the 40. Goes out of bounds near the 35. Flag on the play, though, on the far side.
And it's hard to say because, there's so much going on out there. That would be in the area of the wide receiver. So you don't know if that was a holding once he got down the field or what. Let's see Williams, the referee, see what kind of signal he's going to give us.
That is a foul against the Grangers. They'll back him up. I'm telling you right now, the penalties seem to be the only thing that's stopping this Granger offense.
Well, yeah, they had good field position here in the second half, of course, with a punt the first time, and then they again, they're set up at midfield, and it seems like they've been in the Tiger territory all night long. And the Tiger defense is tired. They need a stop right here, and they really need for the offense to get something going to give these guys a break. They've been on the field way too long.
Perry will once again be at the quarterback position. Takes the snap, steps up in the hole. He's going to run the same play around that far side. This time we're going to get a hand on him and bring him down at the line of scrimmage.
Good job by Dexter Sheely from his corner position, fighting off the wideout. Just really threw him out of the way and grabbed the quarterback for LaGrange and just threw him down like a dish rag. So that's the kind of aggressive defensive play that the Tigers are accustomed to, and that's hopefully that'll spur them up and get them a little bit of momentum going, because that's the kind of defense that these guys need to be playing the rest of this ball game. I know they're tired, as you said, Tony, but somebody's got to step up and be the leader. And you really look to your seniors for that kind of stuff. And you've got Eli Patrick and Austin Carter, two of the strongest leaders out there.
Got to make a play, Here come the Grangers again. Twins left and right. Going to tall sweep around this near side. Trying to get to the 45. Going to go out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Actually, they'll keep the clock running.
Wow. That surprises me a little bit, Jack. The momentum's going out. And
I think he says his knee went down right there because he was going down and then kind of got pushed on out.
I got you. But that, like you said, will continue the clock running. Our first possession, the second half, we're 3 and out. We punted. LaGrange got a pretty good return, brought it down inside the red zone. 4 plays later, they score, making it 21-0. LaGrange over Troup. So a little bit different score this year than it was last year. Last year, the Tigers held a 36-0 lead at halftime. So, as you stated before, Jack, this is Diallo Burke's second year, and you can see the difference from first year to the second year.
Yep. They'll call a timeout. We'll take one as well. This timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff. Reminds you to take time out to remind your kids not to text and drive right here on Eagle Sports.
Hello, Troup Tiger fans. Jonathan Moosemat with King Chevrolet.
Call Joel Upchurch at 706-523-1702 or see the listings at joelupchurch.com.
Come with all this hard work that you've been putting in all summer, and it starts tonight. So know that you've got friends in Valley, Alabama at King Chevrolet. Go Troup Tigers.
King Chevrolet can be found right off I-85, exit 77 in Valley, Alabama, and on the web at kingautocorner.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Time is not on our side if you're a Troup High School Tiger fan, as we are. 5:15 left to go in this third quarter of play. 21-0 in favor of the LaGrange High School Grangers. They have the ball across the 50, driving down at the 42-yard line.
I was mentioning at break, I look up, and, there's a little over 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Kind of flying by, and LaGrange has already scored 1 touchdown, and we're down 21 points. And, you don't want to wait too much longer. Offensively, we've got to mount something, and defensively, we've got to hold them.
They go under center, hand the ball off to the tailback. He scored a touchdown on this play before. He does burst through. This time the ball carries number 2, Jeremiah Wright.
He'll pick up a first down. That'll move the chains for LaGrange. And once again, I'm like you, Tony. It looks like the Tigers on defense are arm tackling. They're really not putting any. About 50% of the time they'll get after it, and 50% of the time they'll just arm tackle.
Right back again to Wright. Wright gets to the 30 this time.
There's a flag on the play. No, I'm sorry, that was Dre Flag making the tackle. So good job by Dre from his outside linebacker position. Kind of hit it hard, and he hit him, locked up on him, and he was able to drag Dre for about 4 yards, but they didn't make the stop. You got to have a host of tacklers getting in and helping out like that.
Tigers with a lot of guys on that down line. Perry going to run down the line, hand the ball off to his tailback. Gets across the 30 to the 28-yard line. Brings up third down.
Same play they ran earlier when they scored the touchdown when it was inside the 10-yard line. They just ran it to the left side, and once again, Sean Truitt there along with Dexter Shealy and Eli Patrick on the stop. Really about a yard gain. Maybe it'd be third down and 5. Ball's resting inside the Tiger 30-yard line on the 29-yard line. So 4:10, the clock's ticking. 21-0 as you join us on the radio here. First game of the season for the Tigers.
Perry trying to decide whether they're going to go into center or not. He does this time. 2 backs behind him. Comes out. He's going to go to his left. He's going to keep it. We contain him back inside, but he's going to go through and may score 10, 5. Did he go in or is he going out at the 1? Touchdown for the Grangers.
You know, if you look, he just scooted outside, cut it up inside the tackle, went back outside, then hit the sidelines, and we were able to catch him on the 1-foot line. But, you know, tremendous athlete. And that'll take some of the teenagers here set up next to the booth. I think they've probably seen enough. And, you know, give kudos, give credit to Perry. What an athlete. You know, like we talked earlier, you take him out of the mix, and LaGrange is a different ball team. So I'm kind of like you when you were telling Diallo earlier, you know, you might want to think twice about putting him back there. You appreciate him getting that long punt return, but if he ever gets hurt, you're going to be kind of sick at your stomach for a while.
We've got an injured Tiger down the field. They're going to take care of him before the extra point. They're going to be able to bring him off the field. That's good.
Let's get his number.
51.
That would be
Andrew Hawkins.
Drew Hawkins. He's a senior. And
under his own power, that's a good thing to see. But the Grangers, I tell you what, it's all based upon LaPerrion Perry. Whatever he does is where the Grangers go. And that was just, you mentioned student body left. And, Tony, that's really what it was. Everybody on the Grangers going left and just mowing down Tigers as they went.
And, you know, we watched him 2 weeks in a row. And, you know, you never judge a team by their first game. But when they start, you start to see a pattern in their second game. And he is really, I mean, I know we continue to say it, and everybody in the stands can see it. I mean, it's not rocket science. He really has unbelievable feet. His vision is unreal. And he's just got a little extra gear that when he gets in trouble, he can make a play. And, you know, guys, you can't coach that. You're born with that. That's a God-given talent. And, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen that young man on the basketball court, but you can imagine him with a basketball and doing his penetration. But he can really, really play basketball, too. But he is really some kind of athlete, guys.
I heard he could dunk.
That's what I heard.
I mean, without a ladder.
Well, I also heard he was as good as Luke Kelly, and I'm going to have to see that before I believe that.
Yeah, I can dunk a donut. They hand the ball off. He goes to the end zone untouched. So 2-point conversion for the Grangers. So 3:47 left to go, 29-0. He's your score in favor of the Grangers right here on Eagle Sports.
State Farm, this is Gwen.
Salutations, Gwen. I have car insurance, but I want to protect the rest of the stuff in my apartment. Some of my action figures were ruined recently.
We can add a renter's policy. For the cost of one action figure, we can protect your entire army of action figures against fire, theft, burst pipes.
Great! You have no idea how hard it is untangling wet alien hair.
Add renter's insurance to your auto policy and get to a better state. State Farm.
Visit your LaGrange State Farm agent, Mabel Smith Sharp, online at letmabelquote.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Grangers leading 29-0 against the Troup High School Tigers. Rough second half so far for the Tigers. 2 scores in this third quarter play for the Grangers. And they've had all the field position as well.
Let me ask you something strategy-wise, Tony and Jack. What was the purpose of going for 2 when you're up 4 touchdowns?
I can't answer that.
I couldn't tell either, Greg. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know if the kicker came out and when they went back, unless he had some kind of injury. I don't know. I can't answer that either.
Go roll into the end zone. They'll pull it down to the 20. And that's where the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 there at the 20-yard line. So, again, 29-0 is the score. And it could be that the kicker maybe had a hurt foot or something. We'll have to see. But right now, here come the Troup High School Tigers with the ball will rest at the 20-yard line. And just really want to get something down the field, kind of catch a spark as you look ahead to the rest of the season. Of course, nothing's ever out of reach, but boy, 29-0 is pretty insurmountable right now.
The way the Tigers are really lackluster on offense.
We're offsides there. Actually, they don't whistle the play dead. And, boy, Ken almost got killed back there.
Well,
Miss Bonner stood up.
I thought I heard whistles.
But everybody kept playing.
I guess so. And he was able to pick up, 5 yards after. I think the Tigers had some motion. They're going to probably back them up a little bit. So, again, we just keep tripping over ourselves offensively. And, it was at least we were able to have better field position in the first half. But the second half, the third quarter so far, has not been our friend.
So 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Handoff is going to go to Bonner. He's going to go around this near side. Runs up to the 20, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll be 2nd down and 10 from there.
You're glad to see Bonner back in there because it gives the offense a little extra burst. And you can just see it when he touches the ball. He is that first step is so quick, more so than the other tailbacks.
Rangers take a timeout. We take one as well. This timeout's brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff, who reminds you to take timeout to remind your kids to say no to drugs here on Eagle 103 and Eagle Sports.
Don't you buy no ugly shirt now.
That's right. To get a good-looking shirt just got a lot easier at Mud Creek Graphics because the creek has risen to downtown LaGrange across from Ideal Cleaners. Mud Creek Graphics' new location is perfect for you to come in and pick out your good-looking shirt and have whatever you want printed on it. So go with the flow and come visit us at Mud Creek Graphics, 211 Greenville Street in LaGrange, right behind CVS. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at Mud Creek Graphics.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. 29-0 is your score. We're in the third quarter of play. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. Tigers have the ball. 2nd down and 9 now for them. Mess Bonner in this second half of play.
We had a motion on the first play, so it was really 1st and 15. So that was a 6-yard gain by Bonner.
As Bonner going to run the ball, cuts back inside, gets to the 25, down near the 30-yard line. He'll be short of the first down, brings up 3rd.
Now, let me paint the picture for you. Bonner gets up, he's kind of got his wind knocked out of him, but he took that pitch in the backfield, was able to elude, and actually the Granger had his jersey, was able to elude 2 Grangers and able to pick up another 4 to 5 yards, and he puts his head down just really trying to truck, as we know, it's run over the defender, and so huge difference with Bonner in the backfield.
B.J. Holloway comes in at the tailback down to give Bonner just a rest, slot to the far side, and official whistles for a timeout. The Rangers took the previous timeout, and the Tigers will take this one. The timeout is brought to you by Troup County Sheriff James Woodruff. We mentioned that a moment ago. He reminds you to take timeout to remind your kids not to text and drive. Just don't do it. Right here on Eagle Sports.
The story you're about. Yes, it's the right time and the right place is Holmes Pharmacy. You'll save like never before. Save money when you buy. And we accept Medicare, Medicaid, and private insurance, and each buyer is treated like a franchise player. It's all at Holmes Pharmacy. Holmes Pharmacy with locations in LaGrange and Hamilton. Home of Mr. Good Deal.
That's why I'm here.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back, guys. I'm not an excuse maker. The Grangers have played an excellent game against taking advantage of all the opportunities. But one thing to remember is that we had a bit of a coaching controversy there back in May. Coach Glitzer really didn't get a chance to get with this team until June and really get with him on the practice field and do what he wants to do until late July and August. So these guys have not been together. The coaching staff still trying to gel. And so we're hoping to see some things improve here on the part of the Tigers as Mess Bonner back in at the tailback position. Truitt will hand the ball off to Bonner. Kind of keying on him. Takes a step, gets back upfield. They're going to collapse on him back at we'll call it the 27-yard line.
Yeah, again, you know that they're going to key on Mess because Mess is going to get the ball pretty much every time. And if you're looking for somebody to bail you out from a backfield standpoint, that'll be Mess Bonner. And you got to give the offensive line's got to back it up. If they were going to rely on Mess to run the football, then they've got to come forward and make something happen. And even the kid that's just now starting, other than Tim Hughley, who hadn't played a lot of football in his life, most kids have played a lot of football.
There's a snap, no rush. Kick is called for a fair catch back at the 42. Let's take a break. 29-0 in favor of the Grangers right here on Eagle Sports.
Hi, friends. Just Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. It's going to be Perry, the ball carrier, go around the left side. He goes out of bounds. Good job by number 3 for the Troup High School Tigers, and Tay Moreland holding up, kind of escorting him out of bounds instead of hitting him. We can get us a penalty.
So Austin Carter's helmet comes off, so he's got to come out of the game for a play. And reserve linebacker Scott Hicks, number 35, will come in and play the middle linebacker position for this play, and he'll be the signal caller.
Down the field, Ogletree will be the tailback, along with Perry at the quarterback position.
As he went out of bounds, the clock stopped at 1:58 remaining in the third quarter play.
Snap to him. He'll step up, hand the ball to Ogletree. Ogletree met at the line of scrimmage, gets across the 50. Still on his feet as he gets to the 45-yard line, about the 44. That'll be enough for a first down.
LaGrange in control of the contest, up by 4 touchdowns. Tigers have had a uneventful offensive display this whole game, with the exception of a couple of long passes. Kind of struggled.
A lot of confusion there as the officials whistled the play in. The Grangers were already down. Are they going to just reset it, or are they going to call a penalty? They're going to call a false start.
Yeah. And like we talked about, Tony, which is exactly what happened last week in the Callaway game. You give LaGrange an opportunity, and they have taken advantage of everything that Callaway gave them and everything that the Tigers have given them tonight.
Well, Greg, they've pretty much been on the offense for LaGrange. Has been on the field almost the entire third quarter.
Yep.
The Tiger defense has had poor field position all night.
Back to pass is Perry, throwing it down the middle of the field, almost picked off. Good effort by the Tigers.
I don't know if that ball slipped out of his hands or not, Tony, or could you see if it was it tipped or something?
No, it wasn't tipped. I think that was just held on to it a little bit too long, and really not one of his better throws. He seems to be better throwing that deep ball down the sideline than he was on that one. But, again, the young man's only a sophomore. Not a lot of formal training at the quarterback position. But, boy, what a nice little piece of clay to work with there if you're going to mold a quarterback out of.
Great point.
Totally agree.
There's a snap, Perry. Rolls to his left, then cuts back. Rolls to his right, cuts back left. Brought down at the 48-yard line, and a flag.
Where?
Goes up in the air on the far side.
I thought that was a football being thrown up, but at any rate, a good open field tackle by Dexter Shealy. Let's see what happened. Was it a horse collar, face mask? What do we got here?
Personal foul, face mask against the Tigers.
Well, that may be the only way you can tackle him.
Grab his face mask, pull him down.
I mean, I don't want to hurt the kid, but, hey.
Across the 40, that'll be a big one against the Tigers. Down inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. The Grangers will have it there. They don't huddle. Go right back to the line of scrimmage.
Guys, quick injury report. Drew Hawkins, number 51, is down here on the sidelines. Got ice on his left knee. Doesn't look like he'll be back in the game tonight.
He came off the field earlier under his own power, but he was hurt. 29-0 is your score in favor of LaGrange High School Grangers. Making some adjustments at the line is the quarterback. Steps up, hands the ball off to the tailback, who is brought down at the 30. Brings up second down.
A nice job by Ethan Short on his right defensive end position making the tackle. And so we've got, looks like Jared Lane coming out limping, and Hudson Newton will take his place at the left side tackle defensively. Hudson occasionally going both ways, and he's our starting center. And he went both ways last year, if we recall, Jack. And he and Tristan Thompson both there late in the year.
Perry's going to take it. Takes that step to his right, goes back left, and he's hard to bring down, gets to the 20. And tell you what, that's really him. I mean, everything, all the motion, all the line, the guy's pulling, everything goes right, and then he goes back left alone, almost like a bootleg.
Well, yeah, he just rides the tailback, pulls it, and everybody's flowing. He says, well, shoot, I'll just go right up the middle. And it's like there's no backside containment. Everybody's just flowing and forgetting that this kid is pretty agile.
Yes, he is. That's the end of the third quarter of play. 29-0 is your score. We've got one more quarter left to go. The Tigers try to mount a comeback right here on Eagle Sports.
In the game of football, it takes the skill and effort of a team to reach the goal line. At Commercial Bank and Trust, we know it takes the same kind of teamwork to help you reach the goal of financial security. That's why we offer a team of professionals who are dedicated to providing effective game-winning financial solutions. You'll get the expertise you need from people you know and trust. Commercial Bank and Trust, a division of the Synovus Bank, member FDIC.
Stuck in a state of falling behind, struggling to keep up with your kids, your finances, your insurance, your life? Then let State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange help you simplify and get to a better state. Because with Matt Orr handling your auto, home, and life insurance, you'll have more time to handle everything else. More money, too, because adding State Farm policies earn discounts that could add up to 40% and actually help you get ahead. Call State Farm agent Matt Orr in LaGrange today and get to a better state with State Farm. Discounts may vary state to state.
Opened a new location in Columbus.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
Well, Tony, I was just telling Greg, looks like a lot of the fans are going to beat us to the Waffle House tonight.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look good for the Tigers right now. They just got to continue to compete, and the coaching staff finds out who wants to play now. It's easy to play when you're ahead, but you got to find out who wants to play when they're behind.
Fresh set of downs for the Grangers. 1st and 10 from inside the 20-yard line. Quarterback Perry goes under center, going to hand the ball. Actually going to keep it. Everybody thought he had handed it off. Oh, man, what a move. He goes around the right side. He jukes one guy, stops. Two guys dive at his feet, and he goes into the end zone for another score.
You just can't, like you said, Tony, you don't coach that kind of stuff. There's not a coach in all of high school that doesn't really wish that they had that kind of player on their offensive line, offensive unit.
And, Jack, let's don't forget that offensive line, guys. They've done a great job again tonight, giving little creases and cracks, just as they did against Callaway. And let's face it, all Perry needs is just a little gap to make a move.
Extra point attempt, snap, hold, kick is up. And the kick is no good. That's why they went for two.
You think?
Well, that snap was a little low and the timing was off, as Greg mentioned earlier, but nevertheless, another touchdown for LaGrange High School.
The good thing about that touchdown, and now let that clock run, and we might actually get to Waffle House on time tonight.
You never know. Let's take a break so we can get through all our spots right here on Eagle Sports.
We are named.
Hello, everyone here at Callaway Stadium. This is your friend Jonathan Moose Matt from King Chevrolet and King Kawasaki in Valley, Alabama. It's a big game tonight. Everybody looks forward to this every single year. So let's do it, high school football fans. Let's cheer on our team to victory. And we want you to know, both sides, everybody here in Callaway Stadium, there's a friend here for you in Valley, Alabama at King Chevrolet Kawasaki that's behind you 100%. So when you're in the market for a vehicle, come see me right here at King.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. 11:51 left to go. 35-0 in favor of LaGrange High School Grangers. Tough night for the Troup High School Tigers. Their band did perform very well. We had a chance to talk to Johnny Hurd and Ray Johnson. In fact, Facebook has already got a few folks talking about our interview. So we appreciate everybody out there listening to us. So Shannon Lawson posted some information about that. So we appreciate all the folks that join us and listen to us each week as we bring you Troup High School Tiger football, of course, Callaway football as well. We'll talk more about games coming up next week Also, the beginning of the Matt Mummy football show. We'll talk about that as well.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back. The Tigers are going to take the ball down the right side of the kickoff, get across the 50 down to the 43-yard line for a big first down. And we're going to bring Bonner back in the backfield along with Truitt. Granger showing blitz. And it's going to be Truitt who's going to pull a
what a move.
He pulls a page out of Perry's playbook and keeps the ball. He goes around the right side, picks up a first down.
Hey, Truitt's got some moves, and I think he's probably, he said, I'm no dummy. I'll see what that kid over there's doing. I'll do the same thing. But, let's go back to that kickoff return. That's 2 in a row that Dexter Shealy has taken from inside the 5 out across midfield. So, again, tailback last year and had over 1,200 yards. The kid can run the football.
Truitt takes the snap. He'll ride it into Bonner. Bonner cuts inside, and they bring him down.
Yeah, he's looking at the coach saying, hey, coach, he just took it from me. And Truitt is one of the things, Truitt, you got to control that football. You are the quarterback. If you want to give it to him, give it to him. If you want to pull it, pull it. But, you got some athletes on the offensive side of the football, so let's see what the Tigers can do inside the 30-yard line, 2nd down and 11.
Trips to the far side. We go into a pistol set. Going to hand the ball to Bonner. Bonner puts his head down, gets to the 25-yard line. He's short of the first down. 11 minutes left to go. 35-0 in favor of the LaGrange High School Grangers.
Big number 65, Elijah Hilton, he was blocking downfield, and the play rolled up on his ankle. He gets up limping, but he's right back on the line of scrimmage.
The handoff again. This time he's going to slip down, run the same play.
Not really. It's kind of tough for Bonner. He was tripped up in the backfield and fell forward. It'll be 4th down and 9 for the Tigers. With that play, the ball's resting on the 27-yard line of the Grangers. So the Tigers trying to get something going, but they've got to do it on 4th down if they're going to do anything. And the Tigers are going to call, well, no, they're not. That's just, they got the play. It looks like it looks like a
timeout, but I think they've just said, this is the play we're going to run. Bonner rolls over to his left. Grangers showing blitz once again. Takes the snap. Truitt looking. They'll throw it to a man in the end zone, and the Grangers are going to intercept it in the end zone.
He can advance it out of the end zone.
They're doing that to the 20.
Don't be surprised if he doesn't take it all the way back. He's got blocking all the way down the field.
40, 30, and we're going to bring him down across the 30 to the 27-yard line. So with 9:47 left to go, the Grangers intercept in the end zone, return it all the way across the 50 down to about the 32? Actually, excuse me, the 27-yard line.
You could just see on that offensive play there, as soon as Truitt got in his hand, he dropped back. It's like he had his eye on that one receiver. And maybe that's what it was, but it's like I shouldn't have thrown the football. He overthrew him, and the corner was already behind him, and it was tough for our guy to get the football. So it's one of those things you wish you could take it back. But, we'll learn from it. We'll watch film, and he'll see what he did, and he'll learn from that. And next time the opportunity comes up, he may have to look to his secondary receiver if he doesn't feel good about that.
Stop by Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange. She has them for you. Also, she has bakery items such as great sweets. Also, casseroles, ready to cook, prepared daily. Debbie would also like to wish Cupcake the best of luck in the 2015 season. Cakes by Debbie on the square in LaGrange.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. The Tigers trailing 35-0. LaGrange driving now across the 20 in the red zone now. And the play is whistled dead. And the timeout is called by the Tigers. We're having a few problems with some of our technology. We hope we get that fixed. Let's go down the field to Tony. And, Tony, we've all been on this side it's not a fun side to be on when nothing's going right for you. But I think about Callaway; they were able to bounce back this past week, and hopefully the Tigers will be able to do that too. But think about what you're going to what you would tell these guys as they get ready to go back into halftime. I mean, at the end of the ball game.
Well, you're exactly right. It's the same scenario as last week. The Tigers' opening game, got a lot of new kids, a lot of new faces, new coaches, and not to make an excuse, you got to give LaGrange high credit. They've shown they're a pretty good football team over the last 2 weeks. But you learn from this. Sometimes you got to know when to hug them. You got to know when to put your arm around them and tell them you love them. And I'm sure it's a learning curve at Troup High right now. Coach Glisson came into a tough situation. I don't know anybody that was put into a tougher situation. You don't come into the middle of summer and you don't really, as you said, the kids are getting to know the coaches and the coaches getting to know the kids. Coaches learning to know each other. So it's a tough time right now. It really is.
Kind of reminiscent of Lynn Kendall when he first took over after Charlie Flowers.
Wow, yeah, that was
did some recruiting antics and everybody wanted to leave the program, and so Kendall he wound up doing a good job. You just got to be patient with it. Just got to be a little patient.
They've got a substitute in there at the quarterback position who turned the wrong way and wasn't able to hand the ball off to his tailback. He just kind of stood there and was brought right down. That's number 18 for the Grangers, Jatori Boykin.
That's a lonely feeling when you're standing there waiting for somebody to take the ball out of your hand and there's nobody there.
But he looked good doing it.
Well, yeah.
He stood there well. He looks more like a fullback than he does really a tailback.
He's a stout young man. I'm sure he'll be able to handle himself back there.
I'm looking to see if my buddy Andrew Larry is in the ball game. Let's see if he is or not.
He throws it to the end zone. Falls incomplete. Actually, a pretty good pass.
Pretty good pass. Tay Moreland knew where he was. He knew he was really right there on the sidelines, and it was over his head to the outside shoulder, so he knew that it was out of bounds. But, no, I don't see my buddy on the Troup County 4-H shotgun team, Andrew Larry. Larry on the field yet, but hopefully he'll get in the game. C.J. Harmon, he's on our shotgun team. He's over there with LaGrange. So a lot of camaraderie on our shotgun team from Troup County 4-H. If you're interested, contact your local high school and ask about the Troup County shotgun team. We'll be getting underway within the next 3 weeks shooting clays.
Going to have a penalty going against the Tigers. That'll get the Grangers back inside the 20. 8:41 left to go. 35-0 is your score. Grangers have their second team out on the field right now of their offense, getting a little playing time.
That's a heavy quarterback. Who is that, Jack?
Of course, I mentioned that. It's Jatori Boykin, number 18. Boykin going to air it out down the sideline on the far side. He may score. Oh, no, he drops the ball in the end zone. That was going to be a Granger touchdown right there.
Let's see. I want to say that was Vicente Stafford on it, but let's see. I can't see his number right now. It's 20.
Number 29 was on the coverage for the Tigers. Number 6 there for
Andrew Askew
for the Rangers.
He was the intended receiver falls short. He's going to hate he missed that one.
Well, if we're reading our numbers right, a 9th grader, Albert Harrison, is saying a prayer right now because he really got embarrassed that time, and it should have been a touchdown. So he's thanking the Lord that is not, for sure.
They're going to attempt a field goal from the 25. I think about a 35-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up.
Jack.
Wide left, guys.
And that'll fall to the left, and that will leave us at 35-0 still with 8:29 left to go. Let's take a timeout. Back to the station. 30 seconds on Eagle Sports.
$1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
The action continues now with more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at Eagle1023.com.
Miss Bonner's the ball carrier on that one. Makes his way up the field. Tackle made by a host of Granger tacklers.
We'll take that. There we go. There I am.
Coming back to this near side of the Tigers. Tackled short of the 25-yard line.
You know, I just like the way Cameron Russell and Mess Bonner both run the football. You know, I want to say, again, thank you guys for all you guys listening to us out there. My nephew Daniel Hicks is out there listening, and he said that we sound way better than the Granger station. Ha! And my thought is, why are you even listening to the Granger station? We know that, but we do appreciate your comments. We've been talking about that for several years now, but we appreciate that. Jack and I enjoy working together. Mess Bonner around the right corner.
He'll get down to across the 30. Let me pick up a first down.
You know, sort of interrupt the play in motion there. But, again, we've been talking I know Tony will use the word domination, and I understand that. But, you know, you got to give LaGrange credit. You know, they've come back this year, and so far we've seen them play. They take advantage of every package, every gift given them. They take advantage of it.
Tigers going to hand the ball off into the middle. Not a lot there. Still got some younger players that are kind of getting in each other's face there. Remember, you've been riding the bench the whole ball game, guys. Let's not get out here at the end of the ball game and get fired up like that.
Well, let me look at that number out there.
Actually, I'm going to talk about the Granger. So that's a.
No, I know. I'm trying to think. Is that Tim Hughley out there, 54? I believe it is. Tim, big wrestler on the team this year or last year, and it's the first time he's played football. So kind of like that tenacity he's got going.
There's the snap. Truitt going to hand the ball off. Going to come to this near side with Bonner. Got some nice blocking ahead of him. Gets across the 45. It's going to be a first down. They'll move the chains. So we're getting a little drive going late in the ball game. 6:32 left to go. I'd love to get something going for the Tigers. They'd like to get some points on the board. Right now, you're just working on your offense. Just, kind of forget about the score, get the things together, try some things, get some guys moving up and down the field. Truitt is going to throw the ball, airs it out down the field. Oh, what a catch! Did he bring it down?
Oh,
yes, that's the catch of the game right there.
Wow, who is that? Cameron Russell down the. I mean, that is a one-handed highlight reel there, baby. About 40 yards down the field. Ball is a little out of his reach, and he just dives and makes a one-hand catch, turns on his back.
Kept it on top of him. Great job. Great concentration.
We talk about the athletes on the field. No matter what team you're playing with, you appreciate that, guys.
Here come the Tigers again to hand the ball, go around the right side.
B.J. Holloway, wide receiver turned tailback, kind of trying to get out the edge and just lacks that speed to get out around the corner and was unable to get out of bounds to stop the clock. So
5:53 left to go. Go around the left side is Holloway. Holloway gets to the 15, down to the 10, cuts inside. Big hit down there near the 7-yard line.
Tigers driving inside the 5-yard, about the 6-yard line maybe. They'll mark the ball. Holloway was able to get out of bounds. The clock will stop with 5 minutes and 45 seconds. There's no way the Tigers are going to win this ball game by a long shot. It would take nothing less than a God-given miracle. But with 5:45 left in the game, Tigers are trying to at least put it in the end zone.
Inside the 5 do they go. And, Tony, we are playing, I think, probably against a second-team LaGrange. In fact, they may be fixing to put their defense back on the field. The Grangers call a timeout. They take one. We take one as well. Quick 30 back to the station. 35-0 in favor of the Grangers on Eagle Sports.
Trouble. My name's Friday. My job, help him.
I put out a call. Lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a new 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 2015 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by.
Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Tigers trying to drive it in. They're inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. Tony, I'm just trying to glance at those the starters or are those some of the younger players back out there? Hard to tell right there from where we are. Tigers back on the field. 5:34 left to go, 35-0. And the Tigers first and goal from there at the 3-yard line. The handoff is to Bonner. Bonner goes to the left side. He's going to go in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Mess Bonner just over his left side there. behind Jorge Benitez and Hudson Newton. Finally put the score on the board with 5:29 left in the ball game. You get down to this situation, you're just glad you scored, and it'll give you something to look toward next week as we host the Northgate Vikings, a 5A school out of North Coweta County, coached by Tommy Walburn, former head football coach here at Troup High School. Michael Young with the kick, and it's good.
So 5:29 left to go in the contest. 35-7 is your score. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now back to the field for more Troup Tiger football.
For those of you joining us in your cars here late in the ball game, 35-7 is your score. The Tigers are able to put on the score here late in the ball game. Drive down, Messbonder, a big part of that. Also, Ken Truitt taking a page out of LeParion Perry's playbook, keeping it and going around the right side a couple of times. Let's see, we may be going for an onside. Just kind of looking at the way that we're lined up to kick the ball. Stepping up, and that's what we do. Onside kick. Bounces up perfectly, but a Granger gets on it there at the 47-yard line, and that's where the Grangers will have it 1st and 10.
Michael Young's done a good job kicking tonight. He's had a couple of punts that kind of went off his side of his foot, but he's actually done a nice job punting and kicking. Kind of kept the ball when he did get a couple of good punts. Got nice rolls down inside the 20-yard line for the Tigers. But, again, this is our first full game of the year. It just happens to be against our crosstown rivals, and reminiscent of last year when Troup just totally dominated. It was 36-0 at halftime. Final score was like 36-14 or 36-15. So, the tables have turned this year where LaGrange has put 35 on the board and Troup's only put 7. And, the Tigers showing signs of athleticism, but they got to get that offense to clicking, and the defensive unit's got to really start pounding folks.
They hand the ball off to the tailback. Does the quarterback, Boykin. Perry getting a much-deserved rest here late in the ball game.
Number 30 for the Rangers on the carry.
They'll get to the 50-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Tackle made by number 52.
Tigers roll a couple of guys off the field. Some young players getting a chance to get on the field. Still the 4-man front for the Tigers. Ball resting on the 20. Taking their time, letting the clock run down quite a bit. They look to the sideline, get the play. Boykin will roll his tailback behind him. Takes the snap, steps up, hands the ball off. Nice safe play for them. And go get some yardage across the 50 down to the 47-yard line.
And you wonder why Ogletree is not, obviously we know he can quarterback. So Boykin, what is he, a junior, a sophomore?
Tory Boykin is a senior.
Oh, senior. Wow.
So he's getting some playing time.
Okay, good for him. I was thinking maybe they're trying to develop one of the younger kids, but being a senior, hey, he looks smooth, little on the heavy side, but he does look good at quarterback.
Takes the snap, run the same play again. Different running back. Same basic play, though.
This is kind of what I'm talking about. So the Tigers initially hit, but they're arm tackling. It's almost like they're not just absolutely firing in there and lighting somebody up. And that's the difference. You see the LaGrange team flying around, and I know that we'll get there, but I'm not seeing it. And when we grab somebody, they'll fall forward, drag us forward for 3 to 4 to 5 yards, and you just can't allow that to happen. So defensively, we've got to really work on our interior line, and they've got to start when they got an opportunity to hit somebody and lock up. You got to lock up hard.
Well, they've got a 1st down now. Here come the Grangers again. Boykin has thrown the ball several times. You may see him do that again. Backs up. Actually, he flares it out. Goes out of bounds. They call that a forward pass, or they call that a lateral?
I want to. I hear
forward pass.
I hear Nakovia in the background. Whoa! I quite enjoyed going down to Marion County last year to call the Marion County Hawkinsville game, Class A. I believe it was Kobe, correct me if I'm wrong, either the third round or maybe the semifinals. And wow, what a nice facility for an A-ball, A classification. These guys in Marion County, being the only high school there, they have 4A, 5A rated facilities. Wow, they're fantastic. I enjoyed that, Nicovia.
Our producer, Nicovia, taking care of us up there. She's like Cher. She just has the one name. Or Beyonce. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Cher. All right. Well, Austin Carter being spelled by Scott Hicks as he comes into the ball game. You got to look. A lot of the starters are still in on defense, and I don't know that that's the starters on the offensive line for LaGrange. But again, I know we're tired, but you just can't let these guys get 4 and 5 yards when they're just tripping forward. You got to put a hat on them. And
Tony, you see if you can key on that Hicks kid. Let's see what he does on this next play.
Yeah, baby. Well, they got him on the line. He's moved him up inside the line now.
They walked up to a 6-man front. Boykin, high snap. Good job of getting it off. Tell you what, they scrambled inside and made a nice play.
Wow, he flew around the football. That's what I'm talking about. I don't care what the score is, what the down is. Give it all you got. Fly around to the football and, be a leader. And, somebody's got to step up. I know you're fresh, but, get in there and do what you got to do. And there's as long as that clock's ticking, there's still opportunity to hit folks and do some things. So, but, again, hey, we're building. I talked to Coach Glisson at center field and at midfield there before the game, and he said, hey, we're just building. We don't want the folks to go away disappointed tonight. We're building. I'm sure he'll talk about that in the morning. Join us at 9 o'clock out at the Kia of LaGrange.
Boykin going to air it out down the field. Falls incomplete and hit the 20.
So join us tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. I'll be your host along with head coach Tanner Glisson. We'll be there at Kia of LaGrange on the Parkway.
So, Tony, what time are y'all going to roll with the Callaway show? And I can't hear you.
He said he don't know. No, actually, he'll be there, if we're there at 9, you guys will be there at 8:30?
Yep,
there you go. He'll be hosting the Callaway show, Coach Pete Wiggins. Always a good time we have out there Saturday morning, Kia. Great host. This will be about our, I don't know, Tony, what'd you say, our 5th or 6th year?
Well, if he could talk, he would tell us.
Well, he's talking. He looks good standing there talking. I mean, I'm sure we can hear him. Then we'll pull over. Both he and Coach Wiggins and me and Coach Glisson will move over to WJCN. You'll catch us on TV in the morning. Montez Crow is the quarterback now.
Crow, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling up to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, if you guys could see this is one of the things I like about Montez. I know he's already 6'3", 175, but he will truck you. Just then, he put a couple moves on. He lowered his head, and he wants to earn some playing time. And
he'd love to be the starting quarterback. That's what he'd love to do.
He sure would.
Takes it, hands the ball off. They're going to wrap him up right at the 50. Not a lot of gain there. Clock continues to tick down to 1:42.
Of course, he's thinking now, man, I should have just kept that ball, pulled it, and ran with it. But I like Montez. Good. He and Scott are good buds. He's been over the house many times, and I'm a Montez Crow fan. I'd like to see him get more playing time. I'd like to see him develop into not only an option quarterback, but throw the ball well as well.
He'll have some motion in the line. I think the Grangers may have jumped that time. That'll be 5 more yards for the Tigers.
1:23 remaining in the ball game. It might as well be over. 35-7. Just a matter of 83 seconds, and we'll be out of here.
You're the guy with math. 35-7 is the score. Minute 15. Crow going around the left side to the 40, down to about the 36-yard line.
That was a 7.5, 8-yard gain there. He's got such long legs, and he's just wanting to show, hey, Coach, I don't care. Put me in, Coach. I want to play.
Sounds like a song.
Yep.
Crow takes the snap. Going to ride his tailback, hand the ball off to him. It gets across the 35, down inside to the 34.
That should stop the clock here in just a second. Well, maybe not. They're just going to keep let it run. All right. So, they finally, after it ran about 12 seconds off, they're going to move it. The only reason I'm saying that, guys, because I'd like to see the Tigers score one more. I'd like to see Montez throw it in the air and get one more score just to say, hey, we put 14 on the board. Give us something to look forward to the next week.
Montez going to keep it. Head upfield. Gets to the 25, got some open running room to the 20, down to the 15-yard line.
What I'm talking about, Montez on about a 22-yard gain, kind of a little bit taller than Perry, but kind of had the same moves, and I like him. I like what I see, and I think he wants to show the coaches that reserves or not, he wants the opportunity to get out there and play. But anyway, whether that happens or not, who knows? But it sure is nice to know that you got a backup quarterback. Only a 10th grader. Well, guys.
He'll hand the ball off to his tailback. This time going around the right side. 10, 5. A shoe flies up in the air. I don't know if I've ever seen a shoe fly that high.
I thought somebody threw a shoe from the sidelines. All right, that'll be the last play of the game. They won't ever get the ball set because the referee's trying to collect the shoe. Well, they did stop the clock after about 3 minutes ran off. They finally stopped the clock. I'm exaggerating, guys. There's only 7.9 seconds left in the ball game. Tigers will get a chance to run one more play as the ball will be resting on the 5.5-yard line. So let's see if they can actually score on the last play of the football game.
Crow goes from the shotgun set, really a pistol set. Takes a snap. We'll keep it. 5, down to the 2, and that'll do it. As they're going to douse Coach Burks on the far side with some Gatorade. That'll be it. 35-7 will be your final in favor of the LaGrange High School Grangers. We're going to step away, hear from some of our fine sponsors. We'll come back and get ready to wrap this thing up from Callaway Stadium. You're listening to Troup High School Tiger Football on Eagle Sports.
Hey, football fans, Rob and Joel Upchurch from Remax Results wants to say thank you to you. Yeah, you, because you said things like call Rob or call Joel if you need that house sold. Why? Well, we'd like to think you said that because you know they think about selling houses every day. So when you list your house with Rob or Joel Upchurch, you know your property will be in front of potential buyers 24 hours a day. So call Joel or Rob Upchurch and enjoy the game. And one more thing, go Tigers!
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.malloryagency.com.
Products not available in all states.
There's a secret to beating injuries or ailments. Get the right team. Emory Southern Orthopedics, well-trained, experienced doctors, nurses, and staff are that team. These teammates listen and understand your specific condition and provide high-quality hometown care that will get you back into your game. For more information about Emory Southern Orthopedics team, visit www.southernorthopedics.com.
You're listening to Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com. Now, back to more Troup Tiger football.
Welcome back. We're going to actually step away one more time as right now the handshakes are still going on. We'll have some final thoughts from the field, but let's take another break real quick. 35-7 is your final score. The Troup High School Tigers have fallen to the LaGrange High School Grangers. We're going to take it back to the station for one more break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up from Callaway Stadium right here on Eagle Sports.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only sells their coverages through independent insurance agents. They're free to find the best team to protect your auto, home, or business.
Mallory Agency considers Grange their go-to company for their combination of great value and outstanding claim service. Call Mallory Agency at 706-884-3339 or visit their website at www.malloryagency.com.
Products not available in all states.
Hi friends, Jess Lichter here with Kia of LaGrange. Test drive a Kia Optima and receive a Georgia lottery ticket for your chance to hit the jackpot and win a 2015 Kia Optima or up to $1 million. The 15 Optima is setting a new standard of style and performance. The Optima LX starts as low as $19,900 and comes backed by Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Stop by and see us today or shop anytime online at KiaofLaGrange.com to help support your local economy.
Must be 18 years or older to play lottery games. Stock number 17662.
Synovus Bank is here. And here, well, it's here in LaGrange, Georgia. Here is where the food tastes better and the air breathes like home. Here's the place that gets better because every generation leaves it better than they found it. Here is where Synovus helps people turn their ideas into business realities because the bankers at Synovus understands what it means to be from here. Synovus, the bank of here, serving you locally as Commercial Bank and Trust. Banking products provided by division of Synovus Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are home to a state-of-the-art MRI suite that offers the best imaging technology. We are at the forefront of women's health, providing digital mammography and the only breast MRI in the area. We offer a full array of cancer treatment options and are the region's only accredited weight loss surgery center. We are West Georgia Health. Visit WGHealth.org and discover how we're working together to bring you advanced technology.
So healthy together.
Now back to more Troup Tiger football on Eagle Sports, WLAG 96.9 FM, 1240 AM, and online at eagle1023.com.
Welcome back to Troup High School Tiger football. Jack Bowman, Greg Hicks, Tony Walls. Tony, is your radio working? Let's try you one more time. See if that we can pick you up. He's down the field. I only have Greg. Try it one more time there, Tony. No, we ain't getting nothing. All right. Well, we'll hear from Tony tomorrow morning at the Saturday morning quarterback there at the Kia showroom. He'll start at 8:30 with Coach Pete Wiggins. They'll be talking about Callaway football after their big win this weekend. Greg, is not the best outcome for the Troup High School Tigers tonight as they fall to the LaGrange High School Grangers 35-7.
Yeah, it wasn't. But you know what? Hey, it happens. You know, we're rebuilding right now. We've got a lost it. When you think about defensively, guys, do you know how many seniors we had on the team last year defensively? That's right. We had 9.
Yep.
We lost them all. So we've only got 2 seniors returning, and that would be Austin Carter and Eli Patrick, 2 returning starters from last year's team. We've got some more seniors on the team this year, but not starters, and that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And you know, we lost half of the offensive line. And, again, not to be an excuse maker, because I'm not. When I make a mistake, I'll tell you straight up. It is what it is. We've got a long way to go, and we'll get there. You know, the coaching staff they work hard together, and it'll happen. It'll happen. We'll do fine, and we'll come back next week right here Friday night. We host the Northgate Vikings. It'll be the second game of the year, and you know we'll come back, and the kids will improve. And like we talked about, you just get better week to week, and that's all we can expect. And again, make sure if you still are listening now, join us tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Kia of LaGrange on the Parkway out there. They'll start it out 8:30 with the Callaway show, along with Tony Walls and Coach Pete Wiggins. Mm-hmm. And then I'll follow up with Coach Tanner Glisson. And then you can move over and watch us on WJCN. I don't have the times on that, but do tune in. Give them some little free advertising. I'm sure they'll return the favor for us. If not, I'll make sure they do tomorrow, because I'll mention us on the radio.
Well, I'll also be actually, I won't be this Tuesday. We'll start the Matt Mumme football show for the Coach Matt Mumme, who's the head football coach over at LaGrange College. We'll begin that from the Idle Hour Pub. That'll be on Tuesday nights. I actually have open house at my school, so I won't be able to be there for the inaugural show this year.
Hey.
But my real job comes before this one.
I thought this was your real job.
No, if it was, then we're all in trouble.
Speaking of real jobs, I want to take 30 seconds to say, hey, welcome to my daughter, Mackenzie. She is works with a station out of Atlanta, CBS 46. She produces the Noonday News.
Wow.
The most watched newscast in Atlanta, Georgia. And my daughter, I'm proud to say, is the producer of that news segment. And only because of her, it has that kind of viewing audience. And so she's doing a tremendous job.
When did she step into the Atlanta market?
She actually moved back in May. She's been out in Portland.
You didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry. You and I really didn't do a lot over the summer together. I apologize for that. But she's been with the company for so Tony comes up. She's been with the company for a little over 5 years, and they had an opportunity for her to move back or move to the South, and she's excited about it, living in Atlanta, having a fun time with her life, and who knows what the future holds for in broadcasting television.
I'm proud of that young lady. She's a very intelligent lady, doing a great job, and even though you're her daddy, she's still doing wonderful. Okay, we're going to wrap things up here from Callaway Stadium. We've fallen to the LaGrange High School Grangers by a score of 35-7. But, hey, we'll jump into things next week. Hope things will go a lot better for us as we'll be taking on Northgate here at Callaway Stadium. That'll be a 7 o'clock start of the radio show, 7:30 kickoff, live here on WLAG 96.9 and 1240. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. For Nicovia, for Greg, for T-Bird. I guess that's T-Bird back at the station. For everyone who's been listening to us, Tony Walls, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, who did get to talk the whole end of the ball game. We're going to just set this whole thing to the side, and we'll see you next week on the radio.
In sports, free agents are free to find a team that offers the best deal. That's why Grange only
of great value and